What up?
What's good?
Hold on.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Friday night. You already know it's ACS Universe. If you're deciding to spend some of your Friday evening with me and these guys, I really appreciate it. Appreciate all the love. And we got quite a show in store for you guys. We got a couple things to talk about. Obviously, we'll talk about some Obi-Wan. We're going to talk about the boys. But we got my man John here. Not John. Sorry. My bad. My bad. Andrew. Yes. Yeah. I'm
all good.
Yeah, you're good. Got my man Andrew here. He's gonna talk about Superman Solar Man, a little fan project we got going on. Let me put our names up here because hold up. It's my bad. Yeah. Here we go. All right. I was thinking Joey might have something crazy on there.
I can change it real quick. Hold on. Give me
okay.
All right.
But my bad, Andrew. But yeah, Alist is in here in the house, and he's going to talk about his new Superman fan project, man, and everything that's going on with that, where you can donate to help them reach the goal, man. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. Also, there's an announcement there going to make like a Jon Snow post series for Game of Thrones, new series on HBO Max. So we'll be talking about that a little bit, and anything else that comes up. So how you guys doing, man?
Doing all right. Can't complain.
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah, good to go.
I've got some hard Mountain Dew. So it's time to fucking party, you know?
Yeah. Kill it right now. All of it right now.
I have water.
Bro, if I chug this right now, I'd be burping for like
30
seconds straight.
Yeah. Check out. All right. We got
do hit the like button.
Yes. Do that. In the chat, we got Anthony Beltray saying, what up? We got V in the house. What up?
Oh.
Let's fucking go ACS Universe. What up, V, man? What's going on? Lil Von Doom said, what's up? What's going on, man? He said, I think my favorite boy's character is going to be Soulja Boy.
Yo,
he's dope. I love it.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Old age can't. Okay, relax, V. Hey, V, if you don't know V, he's been on the show a few times. Me and him served together in Texas, man. Shit, my mind is just leaving me right now. Damn it, where the fuck were we stationed at?
El Paso.
Yes, in El Paso. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I was trying to think of different locations.
Dude, this is probably true then when he said old age can't remember that. What up, Phil? Phil in the house. Yo, what's good? What's good? So I've been watching you for years. I'm excited for your project. Yeah, hey, there you go, man.
Thank you.
Big supporter right there. So
I like that name, man. Lil Von Doom.
Yeah, that's dope. First thing I want to talk about real quick, and this is a little thing that I put out, new venture for the ACS Studios and ACS Universe that I started I started it a while back, and the first episode of it printed this week. It's getting a little love and stuff. I think it's going to take a minute before it catches on or whatever, but it's the greatest scenes of all time. And for the first episode I put out, basically the show is this. I never gave like the first episode I talk about it a bit, but before that I just wanted to like surprise everyone. So basically the show is scenes from movies and TV that I've watched throughout my lifetime that I feel are absolutely incredible. And it's, when you think of certain movies or shows, and like if a certain scene hits you as soon as you think about those things, that's what I wanted to like put forth to everybody and just let them know. And then so the show is basically I'll come on, I have guests and watch said scene from whatever, and we'll react to that, and then afterwards we'll break it down a bit and talk about why we love the scene so much. And the first episode was the Matrix. It was the saving Morpheus scene. Obviously if you saw the episode, you know what I'm talking about. Is from the point where basically Neo he says like the Oracle said something about this, and that he has, he can go save Morpheus because that the ages have captured him. And it's pretty much that entire scene, which I thought, that's one of my favorite of all time. It's just badass, dude. From the point they walk into the lobby, all the way to the bullet time sequence on the roof, all the way to him saving Trinity before the movie ends. Obviously, there's a lot more fire shit after that, but that's the scene that sticks with me the most. So I decided to make that series where I just would watch things like that. And we got some stuff coming, obviously. Andrew, we're gonna get a scene. We're gonna find us a scene we can watch coming soon. I'm gonna go ahead and hold on. Let me do this real quick. I want to give a little tease for the episodes that are coming up. Hold on, let's see. All right, here we go. So this is the next one that's coming, which I'm, fucking excited about. And like I said, these are scenes that just hit like, all right, here we go. So I'm gonna share this screen real quick. So basically, this is going to be the next one that I do, which it's going to premiere next week. And yeah, man, check it out.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah. W.
Yeah. So that's going to be the next one, is me reacting to or rewatching the No Man's Land scene from Wonder Woman, because it's just iconic. And from a movie that is iconic, that is like, when I think of Wonder Woman, the movie, that's one of the first things that pop into my mind. And so like, yeah, that's going to be coming up next week. And I do appreciate everybody who's watched the first episode of the greatest scenes of all time. And like I said, there's a lot of stuff coming up. Me and Meg and Joey, World's Finest, have a little something special. I'll show you that towards the end. Yes, we do have one coming that's it's right up our alley. If you know us, if you've been watching the show, you know that's a big thing for us. See who's in the house. Let's see, Rhea's in the house. What up, Rhea? What's good? What's good?
What up, Rhea?
Hey, let's say what up to everybody. What's up? Lou says my favorite scene of all time is Superman conversation with Lex and BVS.
Ooh,
that's
nice.
fire, dude. That's fire. That's what I said, man. Hey, Andrew, we'll get together and we'll come up with something we can watch. It's a pre-recorded show, so it's like, it's a thing that where I was thinking, like, if I can literally record like 5 of these on a Saturday. Like if I'm off work, I can just record 5, because it's not live, it's pre-recorded. The only thing is the editing, which I'm sure you know a little bit about, some editing after as much. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, so let's get right into it. Andrew, man, you have something to come. I know the Star Wars. That's the last time you were on the show with the Star Wars fan pick. That was fire, dude. That we all enjoyed very much. And so tell us, Superman Solar, man, coming
next year.
Okay.
That's all I can really say for that. We'll be shooting this fall. That's the plan, regardless of how much money we raise for it. Obviously, we want to reach the goal. That's obviously our biggest and most important thing.
Yes.
Which we have 53 days left. Today marks the 1 week of launching.
Yes.
Our goal is $25,000, and we've raised a little over $6,000 as of right now. So we're in a good spot, but I don't ever want to get complacent. I don't want to. The hard thing with doing these is you don't want to get comfortable and say, "Oh, we're doing great. We ain't got to worry about anything." And then you don't want to get discouraged if you're not getting donations the whole time or something like that. But the goal is to tell this high budget for a fan film, high quality, in every way imaginable for telling the Superman story we want to tell. And the biggest thing is we do have plans to have those exciting Superman moments that you'd expect to see using his powers. But the biggest thing that the movie is going to show is that Superman's greatest ability is his humanity, and that he cares for other people deeply, no matter what their problems are. So what happens when this guy who can literally move mountains is put in a situation where his powers don't have any impact on resolving the situation? And that's kind of the big driving point. But if we get fully funded, let me tell you guys, it's going to be unlike any Superman fan film that exists. I can say that completely. And you'll see the most human side of Superman that has ever been done in live action. And you'll get to see some pretty cool action sequences too. We've broken down most of his powers, where like, why is he able to do this? Like compared to like an easy one that we've done is his heat vision. Typically in media, he can just blast heat vision left and right. So like freeze breath, it kind of makes sense. If we inhale and exhale, we blow out cold air. So he has super lungs. It makes sense. But heat vision's kind of an odd one. It's like, can this guy internally release fire from his eyes, basically? And we did a big breakdown of like that. It's going to be basically he has this internal energy that he's discharging, and it's almost painful when he does it, like finishing a deadlift, finishing a bench press, like and we're maxing out. And that's kind of our philosophy behind it. And our heat vision is going to be much more powerful since it's a one-time attack. So his kind of think it starts like you would see heat vision typically, but then think Dragon Ball Z size blast, like it gets into this huge radius because it's painful to him, like to do. Because and we just thought that'd be kind of a fun way for him to not always have heat vision at the ready. And it's why can this guy internally shoot fire out of his eyes? It was one of the things we thought about. Like, it's a question we can really dive into in our universe, or as fans. It's weird to say fans. I don't like saying that, but people have been calling it the solar verse, which is kind of cool. I like
nice.
Yeah, that's fire. That's fire. That's fire. Yes. So you said next year.
Yeah. So we're going to be shooting this fall, no matter what. That's the plan, regardless of what we raise. We have a whole breakdown on the campaign of like what we'd be doing for how much funds we raise. But everyone in the entire United States, for sure, at least, how hot is it out there? You want like my guy wearing the suit would literally die if we tried to shoot anything in that kind of temperature.
Let me cut you off. That is the perfect That's I get that 1,000%. I live in Georgia. It is absolutely. It's all over the country, and I think we talked about that when you left before the show. It's brutal everywhere. It's just lava. It is.
So him wearing this large suit covering his whole body, he would just be drenched. We'd have to, Superman doesn't sweat. We'd have to be going in and wiping sweat from his head. Like fall winter is the goal for shooting for sure.
Nice.
And then the post production obviously depends on the funding. If we get fully funded, it'll take longer because there's a lot more VFX. So it's hard to determine, but it will definitely be next year. And to know a concrete, that'll be easier to determine, 1 after funding, 2 after shooting. To actually, I don't like to say dates because I've seen people do that in the past. They'll be like, oh, it's going to be summer next year, and then before you know it, it's like, oh no, it's actually December next year. And it's like, so I don't like to put a date out yet because I'm not for sure.
Because stuff like that. So I did want to bring this up. He's talking about the funding right here. You can see the Superman Solar on Indiegogo. It's a nonprofit fan film, an emotional journey where Superman faces his greatest challenge yet. Obviously, you can see what they've raised so far, and this is 7 days, bro. This is you started this on last Friday.
Friday.
Yes, and again, it's 1 week, and they've hit over six grand right here, and so I'll just go through some of these. Yeah, do what?
You get spanned. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you good. I love some. It's been
dude, that second shot, that second picture is
dude. That's
Spider Monkey. He killed that edit.
Really well done.
So talk about his work on this, man. Like putting some of these images forth that you shared. Thus far.
So number one, like we've been in pre-production on this, me and different team members for over a year. And it's been so annoying to keep this a secret. It's been so annoying. And just the process. Cause like when we were designing the suit, it went from concept art to like a visual concept art with my actor, like put into it with a realistic look of how it could look, to actually getting the suit made, finding the right person to do it. All these decisions, that alone, then there's music pieces, finding the people who can do the posters. There's been people who've been like, so like, how much money are you going to make on this? I'm like, 0. I'm already like huge in the hole right now. Like there's no money being made on this. Like if you think that suit was like a freebie, it wasn't. But one of the things I'm really happy that we did with designing is all the yellow being gold. It just pops so well. And I can't imagine how cool it's going to look when we get to deal with like, the sun reflecting on the gold and shots and stuff. It's just going to look insane. It was a long process, finding the right people. Thankfully, I'd worked with a lot of these guys for graphics in the past. Some of them not. Actually, one of them, Paradox, who just typed in the chat. He did the poster that we released this morning. The one that is looking over his shoulder in space. He's the guy who did that. Totally just like and he's going to be doing some more other things that we can't talk about yet. But but we
this
have
one here. This
yes,
one here.
yes,
Yeah,
that's
yes.
the one he
Nice,
did,
nice,
and he
nice,
crushed
nice.
it. He crushed it.
Yeah, dude, that's dope, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm grateful to have guys like this on the team. It's been a long road, and I'm glad we can talk about it a little bit because it has been so long where I've just been like, soon, like people, and like people are like, what's this about? And I'm just like, something, because I knew if I said I'm doing a big film soon, people who know me are gonna know it's superhero, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it Superman? They know I'm a diehard Superman. Like, it wouldn't take long for somebody to throw the guests out there and be like, oh, okay, he's doing something Superman. But it's the response overall has been like incredibly overwhelming. One of the things we tried to do, like we had the campaign page up earlier. So like we have our perks starting at $1. And the reason that we did that is because over 60 days total that you get to run these campaigns. And my thought process was like, if you want to support over 60 days, you can. And I get it. So I've had people say, sorry, it's not that much, but like it all adds up. It sounds cliche and it sounds stupid, but it really does all add up. If you can give $1, it adds up. $5, it all adds up. Like, so if somebody wants to, I want someone to be able to say I was a part of this. Because I've seen fan films too in the past where their lowest perk is $25, and I'm like, that's a huge ask for like a complete stranger that might be like halfway in, halfway out on the project. So I try to make it where everyone can get involved if they want to get involved in any way. So no,
I think that's fire. Like when you put it out there last week, I was looking at it and I was just like, yo, this is, and you're right, people. If you're attempting to do something like this, which it's a lot of work and stuff, and then you're just like, yo, fucking bottom level $25. That's,
I've seen that.
Yeah, I have too. And it's just like, that's, you know what I'm saying?
That's
it is. Yeah. It is. And also when you have something, the way that you've put this on here, I'll bring it back up, is that like people can give continuously. You know what I'm saying? Like it's what you have the perks here, and then you have where you can just pretty much donate to the picture, and you can have people who just donate a little at a time, whatever they can.
And that's one thing that we are doing that I don't think I've ever seen any other campaign do. And I'm not trying to like flex, but I think it's just something cool. So like, say you gave $5 and you claimed the Daily Planet perk. And then say like a week, 2 weeks before the campaign's over, you donate $20. Well, now for me, you are qualified for the $25 perk. I will manually make sure people are qualified. The only thing that is excluded is exclusive situations. Like, you know, if you built up to like, let's just say if you built up to like $500 and it's an exclusive, I can't justify roping someone into an exclusive from that. But everything else, I'm letting people like stack it on. And if you know, to try to be as giving as we can when it comes down to everything being finished.
Bro, look at these.
Dude, it was such a crazy process. Like, and the boots were made by a different person than the suit. And I was basically giving them reference photos to each other, like through messages and explaining and like they took it beyond what I could have imagined. Like, I was so impressed with not just the detail and everything, but I mean, especially when I saw it on my Glenn for the first time, I was just like, like I told you guys for the show, it felt like we caught lightning in a bottle. Like I was just like, oh my God. Like, and at that point we were like a week to 2 weeks away from like launching this thing. Cause it was like, we got the promo shoots. And that was one thing we wanted to make sure. Like, I didn't want to launch and say, this is the suit we want to get made. This is what it could look like. This is what it might look like. I wanted to have a bunch of things to start off with so people could see like, we're already all in on this before we've asked for a cent from anybody. Yeah, we have already committed so much love and passion to this because we want it to be as good as it can be. I've had people ask me, when's the script going to be done? The script's been done for like 3 months. Like, it's been done. We're ready to rock and roll. But yeah.
So I wanted to ask, because like anytime I see anyone doing, and this is one of the more massive ones that I've seen people, like, you know what I'm saying, like try to put together. I did want to ask, like, how, like, once you have this in mind, how do you go from that to what we've seen thus far?
Yeah, so the ideas that I've had for many, many years, I would say roughly about 10 years. I used to be military police. So when work is slow as military police, as anyone out there who is law enforcement of any kind or whatever,
Well,
you're just driving around. And what do most people do in life when you're driving around? You start thinking. So if nothing's going on, and then I would just pull over if I had a crazy idea. I would like say it into a voice memo, or I would just like type it into a thing.
Nice,
so I wanted to save it. And some ideas we had got scrapped because, you know, when you have 10 years worth of ideas and you're putting them into a script, a lot of them are like, oh, that's not going to fit with what the story, it doesn't fit. It's a cool idea. But a lot of them are like that. And for me, the biggest thing is, and I say it in the pitch video, that like everyone like throughout life, I know you being a huge Superman fan, you've heard this. Superman's not relatable. Superman's boring. You hear that like, all the time. And like, I've always found it just the complete opposite because I mean, the dude doesn't know his real parents, his real heritage, anything like that. His adoptive parents. He's an immigrant. He doesn't know his place in his world. He feels like a freak. I don't know anyone on Earth who's never felt at least one of those things, if not more, or someone all. So like that alone is already a relatable thing. And then, like I said, Superman's greatest ability to me has always been that humanity, because he could be an Omni-Man or a Homelander, but he chooses, by the way the Kents raise him, is always how I credit that, to be that good force, to care about problems that that wouldn't bother him in reality. Like if somebody's like, oh my gosh, I got in a car wreck today, he actually empathizes with their situation when he could really be like, I can buffer that out in 2 seconds. Like, what are you mad about? But like he chooses to understand what they're going through. And I've always admired that about Superman. Like it sounds corny, but like, I wish I could be on that level, but there's so many times all of us in life see somebody going through something, like you see a wreck on the side of the road, that sucks. But like Superman's, that wouldn't be his mentality. His mentality would be like, how can I help? Yeah. And it's like, and that's what's always, it's like, it's always that striving point to try to be on that. For me. Now I just went on a soapbox about Superman.
No, you good. That's everything you said was 1000% true, and that's why that's why you know, obviously like you just said, I am a big fan of Superman, but like also the what you just said about the question, well, what about relax? Like it's like this dude is first off, he's pretty much the first superhero ever. You know what I'm saying? Like he's pretty much the first. He was like the first one out there. And also it's just, and that's one of the reasons why, like when you talk about something like Man of Steel that I like love so much is the fact that, just like you just said, it put him on a more human side of things. And everybody was like, oh, look how many people died. And I was like, yeah, bro. First off, you're trying to stop you, basically, when you're talking about Zod. And that kind of shit's going to happen. And that's, you know, it's unfortunate. But at the same time, I can look at that and be like, what if I was Superman? Like, you know what I'm saying? What if I was?
I think a lot of us would end up being Zod. I mean, I'm not saying like that evil, but a lot of us would lean more towards that than the Superman ideal in life. It's sad, but it's true. And
it's a good comparison you just made. He could have turned out like Homelander or
Omni-Man.
You know like, dude, it's just been like a fucking he could have been a dick. But yeah, man. So once you had the idea and y'all started putting it into place and stuff, like what's the next step as far as, you know, you said, you know, over years you just was thinking, you stop, you pull over, you write some shit down, whatever, because I love Google Documents just because of that. I can pull it up on my phone at work. If I'm getting ready for a stream and I think of something, I can easily just, it's the greatest. Yeah. It is. So once you had all of these ideas down, like what's like the next step, like in this process? Like,
well, the first step was obviously saying to my wife, hey, honey, I kind of want to do like a huge Superman project. The biggest I've ever done. Yeah. And thankfully, my wife, Taylor's always been incredible with this stuff. She knows that, I mean, I'm blessed in a situation that she really supports, like going for the dreams kind of thing, which I know a lot of people's spouses don't. So Godspeed to you guys. But like, so first when she was like, yeah, like do it or whatever, then I started really fully diving into like, what would my ideal Superman suit look like? Because I already had ideas for script and stuff. It wasn't all in order yet, but I had plenty of ideas to tell a full story. Yeah. And I was like, so what would my ideal Superman suit look like? So I took pictures of all my favorite Superman suits, put them in a folder, took pictures of my favorite superhero suits that had similar color schemes to Superman, and put them all in texture wise, things like that. And then I started really breaking down, like, what would I want out of this? What wouldn't I want? Like, what are must haves? And then when bringing that up to Javier Sanchez, JS Comic Art, about making this concept art, and had to tell everybody up until we launched last week, you can't say a word to anybody. Like, this has to be discreet. If somebody asks, just say I'm working on a project. Don't say it even involves me. Like, just be as quiet about it as you can. And thankfully, everybody was good. If somebody did leak it, they kept that other person quiet too. Oh, here's a question: did Meg tell you guys anything?
No.
No. Then I could. That's one of the people who knew for a good chunk.
Oh wow!
So
I will get her after this.
Yeah, this is another secret she keeps from us.
Meg, you can be trusted.
Yeah,
I know, but like that's the beauty is that everyone that I was working with on the behind the scenes was very good about being quiet about it, and I kept telling them, and it's going to be a long road till we can release this stuff. Even the suit designers and stuff like that. And then I really came down to 3 suits that for Superman that ultimately influenced mine, and you'll definitely see it when I explain all these. Obviously Max Fleischer, the OG Superman design, Man of Steel, and then the Kingdom Come suit, and like all those kind of like packed into one is what it became. And then material wise and color wise, it was actually the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit that was basing a lot of my color and textures on.
Nice.
Because I really liked the way those colors popped. And then, like I said, he created it, and I was like, it looks amazing. I didn't even have my guy cast yet. I had my friend in mind that I thought would be great at it. He was always a team player, and I was like, but if he doesn't, then I guess I'll have to go straight up to the drawing board and try to find somebody. And then once I had that part done and making the suit, well, you have to have it fitted to the person. It has to be custom to them. So that's whenever I messaged him and I said, hey, bro, I got a question that is possibly multi-parts. Would you like to be in one of my projects as the lead role? And then he's like, hell yeah, dude, I'm completely down. Like, I'm all about it. Like, what's the project? Then I went through like the long thing. It's Superman, but this is huge, dude. Like, I can tell you right now, we are going to unload this and put everything into this as possible. It's going to be posted everywhere. It's going to be shared everywhere. And trust me when I say the quality of suit that we're planning to do is going to be good. Yeah. And then he was all in, like literally from the start. We had phone calls about it, chats about it, and he was like completely on board. So then over a long period of time getting the suits made, and once I had the suit, it was like that's the most important prop. I kept saying that. That's the most important one. You can't go forward without that. Everything else is cool. Other ideas are cool. But once we had that, I knew we were like in the money, in the zone. And during that time while we were, because like I said, it was a long process, probably 8 months total for all of that, maybe 9. And then during that time, I was writing the script fully, polishing it, tweaking it. And then some people got to read that script and give me critiques and feedback of everything. And again, thankfully, and when I send people things like that, I always send it to my non-yes men. Like, I don't want people who are going to say, amazing. I want people who are going to be like, oh, you could tweak that. You should word that a little different. Or then if they do say it sounds amazing, then I know they're being genuine about it, So I sent it off to, and thankfully most of it was positive. There's small changes, small suggestions, which the ones I agreed with, I implemented. The ones I didn't, I was like, well, this is my reason for doing this. And again, like I said, I couldn't be happier with the story that we want to tell. And, if we get fully funded, it's going to be amazing. And we do have it set that, like, if somehow we get overfunded, I can extend and add scenes that are just in my mind at this moment, but we're never putting the actual script. But we do have flexible funding. If we don't reach the goal, we keep what we raise, like that,
No, I got you. Yeah. No, I read it last week when you posted it. I was reading it again earlier, but I saw where you were talking about where it says if you reach the goal, there's going to be some extras in there for everyone. So like, now that you got your actor, how was the how was the suit measurement first, man? Because look, I'm new to this. You know what I've made is YouTube videos. That's what I've never made anything bigger. So like I'm curious as to like how did the suit measurement go and things like that.
So Unmasked Studio and Tilly FX did the boots. Unmasked did the main costume piece. They had measurement charts, and they sent me like 10 pages of stuff, and I had to send it all to him. And he told me he had his wife like doing his arm measurements, his bicep, like it was like every single thing you can think of. And I asked the guy ahead of time, I was like, how like close are these? Like if he gains a little weight or loses a little, are we like screwed? And he's like, it needs to stay roughly the same, but there's a little bit of flex room and stuff. And like, okay, cool. And like that was a process to make sure it was right. And even thank God to Tilly FX. So like one of the measurements, he actually like you're doing all these measurements. He wrote down he wrote it down I can't remember if it was like instead of a 1, he put a 2. And then he's looking at, he's like, dude, this would be impossible for his feet to be this big. Like, it's just not possible. And I'm like, so I sent it back to him. He's like, oh, wrong number. And he switched it. And I'm like, can you imagine if he just made the boots that size? And then we get them and it's like, oh, cool, you have clown feet now. Like, so like total shout out to him for catching, because I was just copy and pasting it to the guys.
Yeah.
He sends me the stuff. I just send it over. Like, this is what he gave me. Let me know if you need anything else. And yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was everything: waist, thigh, calf, like everything. Yeah. Arm length, like, all of that. That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're super thorough with that. And then you said, so once the sizing was done, you sent them all the measurements, and how long was the process? Like before, like once you sent the measurements, how long did it take before you got the actual, like?
Well, one of the great things with Unmasked Studio is he worked with me on, I'm not going to say prices because that's going to be completely up to him and your custom thing and whatever situation. But he worked with me enough to he was like, I won't start on the suit until half of it's paid. So he didn't make me like, kill myself for like all of it at once, which was really great for doing something this big. And basically once he had all the measurements, number one, the boots came from, again, I'm pretty sure this is where he lives. He lives in South Africa, I'm pretty sure. So that's where the boots came from. And Unmasked Studio, I believe, is in, I want to say it was Louisiana.
Okay.
So like two different people that are not in any way communicating, making the suit that works so perfect together. But it was probably like 3-ish months after they had the measurements and everything, and payment completed and all that. And yeah, we got it. And
first reaction, you open up the suit.
Yeah, so the boots came first. And those came first. I got those. I opened it up, and I just remember being like, God, these are like so, like, I just remember looking at them like,
did you want to put them on?
I wanted to, yeah. I did look at them though, like thoroughly. I was like thoroughly looking, and I was like, I was like, these just look like, they look so good. And then my one worry was like, man, I hope the reds and the golds match, because these are two different people that are doing these.
I feel that.
And when the suit arrived, I got it, and I'm looking at it and just like, I'm touching the crest, like I'm doing the S around it. I was like, this is nuts. And I was just like smiling. And then first thing I did after I fully took it out of the thing is I grabbed one of the boots and I kind of tucked one of the leg pieces into it. And was just looking at it. I was like, God, it's perfect. It's like, I mean, it's so close detail wise. Like you would never know it was made by separate people. Like it's so. And then, like I said, whenever he actually got, because he couldn't plan to come down to do the shoot until we had the suit. They could say it should be done this date, it should be shipped this date, but what happens if he flies down? I'm like, yeah, it still ain't here. So what's up, dude? We're hanging out now for no reason. And then they shipped it, and I got it. And the day I got it and looked at it, make sure there was no like issue of some kind, I told him, I was like, it's go time, dude. Like we got it in hand. I sent him some pictures, and then when he got in, I had my like basic green screen kit set up in my living room. And when he I mean, putting the suit on is a 2-person job because there's a lot of, but it's honestly a pretty quick job. Like it's roughly like 5 minutes to put it on, about 7 minutes to take it off. It's pretty quick. And the 7 minutes to take it off is mostly so you don't like drag the cape on the ground or like And once he had it on, I just remember like I just felt like a kid in a candy store. I was like, man, like this is.
Bro, I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't imagine.
This is nuts. Like I'm seeing it. There's an ROI happening. I'm getting a return on investment here. That's how it felt.
Yeah. Dude, I couldn't even fucking. First of all, putting this stuff in motion, but then once the suit gets there, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's when it fully felt real for sure. Because I had done music pieces and concept arts and the script, but like having the most important, like, can't make the movie without this. Like, you can't. You know, so like when I had that, I was just like, holy shit, like it's go time. Like we have the thing, and just knowing what the internet was going to think about it. Like, obviously I know there's always naysayers, whatever, but the majority of people have loved it, which is great. And we, I knew, like, I'm not a photographer. Like, that's not my thing. I'm a videographer. So like I did the pictures and I was like, I know I can snap a few that are like going to be good enough to post and share and stuff like that. Good enough to send to people to make that are better than me at making like posters and graphics. And like, once I was looking through the pictures, I was like, damn, like, and in fact, this is a fun story. When we were shooting, and that will be an area we actually shoot in the film, that area where we took those promo shots. There were people in the building and they were just like, it was like he was Superman. They were like, oh my God, like, phones out. They thought it was the coolest thing ever. They were all constantly waving. And like, I wish I would have been recording, because like he had a moment where he like turned around. It was totally like Superman. He's just like it was like a total Superman moment in the suit. And like, I was like, man, that's so cool. Like everyone, I mean, which is going to be great, because we plan on capturing just on like in the film. I won't say where and everything, but like we definitely plan on capturing some moments of just, we're going to put him in the suit and we're going to be downtown and just record reactions of people that are they're going to be reacting because he looks cool and he's Superman. But to footage wise, it's going to be people reacting to seeing Superman.
It's gold.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's gold. It's like oh shit, I can't remember what they call it. It's like if you're planning to do a shot, but then like something just naturally happens, that's probably what you're talking about. Yeah, and that's something like that is just people are gonna be out there, just gonna be dude, I can't even. I would probably, if I was in your situation, I'd be like, I'm gonna put it on, see what I look like. Did you put it on?
Oh man, there ain't no way I could fit in that thing. I am nowhere near in the shape that Clint's in. I am nowhere near that.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm sure you talked to him when you were because I'm pretty sure you guys discussed when you asked about the leeway when it came to making the suit and like measurements and things of that nature. I'm pretty sure it's like, I'll be all right. I'll stay in.
Yeah, he's been roughly the same shape since I met him in 2015. So like he's one of those guys that just maintains like year round.
Yeah.
And when I first told him about it, he was like, well, you want me to put on a little bit of muscle, or what do you want me to do? Like, what's the plan? And I told him like to put on a little bit. We did, and he put on about 10 to 15 ish range of muscle wise. Because he's like a runner by heart, like he does. He kind of started. He bulked a little bit while staying like the definition phase.
Lean,
and I told him, I was like, the suit's going to do a lot of like the work for you, which is great in this day and age, that an unmasked studio making this incredible like texture that he can do that looks so natural and real.
Yeah.
But I was like, there's scenes where you're not in the suit, and we don't need it to be like a complete like opposite situation where it's like, okay, that isn't the same guy in the suit like anymore, or something. Like if you had like, I don't know, Steve Rogers skinny kind of guy or something, like before pre-serum, or something. Like that.
That seems, it sounds like, yes, it does. It's absolutely, like I said, I would definitely be like, I'm gonna put it on, take a picture, and take it off immediately afterwards.
I really don't think I'd fit. I mean, he's so much smaller, like in shape wise than me. I'm not in shape by any means. So yeah, I don't think there'd be a shot for me. Maybe get a leg in and be like, cool, I got the leg on.
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't, bro. I couldn't. I couldn't imagine just the actual like opening that box, dude. I'd be like, it's going down there. Was there like, and let me ask you, was there like a feeling of once you opened the box and saw it, and you, like you said, you talked to your boy who's playing Superman, and you were just like, yo, like it's going down. Like, did you was there ever a point where you were just like, yeah, it's about to go down?
Oh, dude, I've been doing that every day. No, but like honestly, like it has been. I mean, yeah, it's been nervous. It's been crazy. Like, it's a facade to act as to try to act confident that we're gonna do all this stuff. Like, but it's like, hell yeah, it's nervous. Like, I mean, honestly, like, because especially like when we launched, there are millions of fan projects that exist at all times.
Oh yeah.
when we launched almost the same day, I'm getting my project, Superman Solar, is getting roped in with High Top Films, Robin Project, and Gavin J. Knopf's Spider-Man Lotus, immediately being called the Trinity of fan films. And I'm like,
I was gonna say, is there gonna be a crossover?
Oh God. That isn't up to me. That's up to them. But like being called that initially, and I was just like, damn, like I knew we were gonna have big shoes to fill, but like this is huge. Like the expectation bar got set like through the roof when and there's been like fan art being made, and I'm just like, holy crap. Like every time I see something, I'm like, man, like I'm just a guy that's doing this film, and it doesn't feel natural to have a reaction like this from people. It's crazy. I mean, it's positive, of course, but it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I feel you, man. I feel you. So like and how long the shoot? Like, do you have like a thing of how once you guys start shooting, not the visual effects and stuff like that, but like how long of a shoot do you anticipate this being?
Again, I can base it completely on if we're fully funded to know the latest we would start shooting in October. The latest we would still be shooting, if fully funded, would be February at the latest.
Okay.
However, if we don't get fully funded, that can adjust, be shorter time, longer time. But that would be the window. In my opinion, what I actually think if we got fully funded, that's just like the full picture of at the latest this. I think it would probably be like October to at the latest January. And I only say that because we're going to lose some time in November and December, because I would never make people like abandon their families for holidays.
Holidays,
that would be crazy.
It's Christmas and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Especially Glenn, he has a wife and 2 kids. That would be like the cruelest thing you could do. Let's make a Superman film. Screw your family, dude. Like, come on, it's about hope and optimism.
Let's shoot on Christmas Eve.
Like, exactly. right. So yeah.
That's not bad, man. And look, like I said just a little bit ago, I have never even attempted to make anything like this. So like I said, I make YouTube videos. So like this is so interesting to me, just to like, you know, just from the start, like I was asking you about when the idea came up, to trying to conceptualize that shit, to like find the suit and all of that stuff, man. That's just fire, dude. And you're right when you're talking about like if you do go to the bottom of the page on Indiegogo, it's like there's other things that are out there which aren't related to yours, but there's just like other stuff they ask, like they're saying, if you want to donate to this. And I was like, people are getting like fucking $300,000 for whatever.
Dude, it's crazy. Like you'll see the ones that are like in their over like success rate on Indiegogo. And yeah, you're right. You'll see these projects like goal $100,000 raised, 3.5 million. I'm like, holy crap. Like I can't, I mean, I don't even know enough people to even say 100,000, you know, whatever. Julian Bell, he's been on board for this project from the early days too. He's going to be my VFX lead. And
nice.
I mean,
cool.
he knows probably, I think he probably knows more than anybody else on this project, aside from like my wife, about just details. You know, from stuff where I would send him stuff and be like, does this look like crap or does this look good? Like, what, you know, does this post make sense? You know, he's been a ride or die on this project. Like, I could not be more grateful for the dude being on. And I'm not just saying that because he's in here, because like, honest to God, and I've told him, I've messaged him so many times being like, bro, I could not thank you enough for being on board with this project, because it's a huge undertaking.
It is. And so as I bring this other picture, this dude, that suit is fire. So is it, let me ask you this, because I do know that in, you know, the Hollywood movies and stuff of that nature, are there going to be stuff where like the cape has to be CG'd and things like that?
Probably yes. So there's definitely times where I want to capture the real cape. Some of our shooting will be in Texas, and anyone who's ever lived or been in Texas, we have high wind. A lot of just forever. It's always windy here. Yeah. So like I know there will be plenty of moments we can get real, like genuine cape getting caught in the wind. It'll look amazing.
Cape flap.
Cape flap. Yeah. And then I know there will like, obviously like flying sequences, a lot of CGI is going to have to go into those. But there is a 3D model of my actor that we took the full 360 picture that is being worked on right now for the project already. So it's already being constructed. And that will be beneficial. But my goal I'm a big believer in Christopher Nolan's filmmaking theory when it comes to VFX, to shoot as much as you can practically and add CGI on top of the practical. And that's our biggest goal. Because a lot of times you'll see, and obviously there's things like I can't film a guy flying for real, obviously. But like we can do different tricks to try to make as much practical in there as we can. Like I think Zack Snyder did an amazing job of that in Man of Steel. You would see that natural human person transition into the CGI back to the natural person. And they did such a seamless job of it. It feels like you're watching the real thing happen. Like,
not to cut you off, but one of the most in Man of Steel, there's a scene where he gets hit in the Battle of Smallville, and he's sliding back. Yeah. Oh, that's fire, dude. It's absolutely incredible. But like he's sliding back, and first time I saw it, the first couple of times I
know the shot you're talking about.
Yeah, I was like, that's CG. That's not real. And then you watch once Man of Steel came out on physical media, and you watch the behind the scenes. They literally had the wires and stuff attached to it. They just slid him back. I was like, yo, mind blown. Because that shit looked, I remember it looked good on film and whatever. But seeing them do that practically, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Basically, all they did was just add the cape, bro. to it like that. Yeah. That's why I wanted to ask that question, because I do know that there are some tough things. And I also, you talked about Nolan. I remember him thinking that, saying that they thought for The Dark Knight that every time he was on the bat cycle, they were going to have the cape CG'd. But once they constructed then started driving, the cape automatically just flapped in the wind. Because they were scared the cape was going to get caught in the tire, and obviously,
or something.
But they didn't have to do that because the thing would go. They said the thing would go half a mile, and the cape would just automatically start flapping. So,
awesome.
That's why I want to ask that question, because it is. And especially when Zach does that shit, sometimes you can't tell when it's not even the real cape.
Yeah.
Just because of,
and I think there might be situations where, like, if it's a very windy day and we're up high for a shoot, that if it's a shot that's showing like his torso and up, we might have people on the ground holding the cape down. Or flapping it where it doesn't fly over his head or something. Like it's like, well, there goes that take. Things like that. There's so much little things you can do to kind of tweak some stuff. So, yeah.
So, Joey, man, do you have anything you want to know about the movie?
No, I was really, like I just love seeing stuff like this, and finally come to fruition. Whether it's a week of planning or 10 years of planning, like it's cool to see. And I was going to ask about the relief you felt. Like, when you finally got the suit, but Anthony kind of touched on that. But I was just thinking of like the anxiety that would be going through my head of just like, okay, this needs to match. I have to wait. I have to wait.
There was more than that too. I was like, what if it gets lost in the mail? I was thinking that the whole time. Like, what would I do?
Because you said it was like 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, so I know the guy would have the measurements and all that stuff again, but like, would he remake it, or would he be like, I don't know, dude, it said it arrived, and I'm like, it didn't though. Like I don't have it. Thankfully that didn't happen, and we didn't. But like, of course, the paranoia is there because I'm like, God, it's been so much time invested, and I was definitely like, until I had that package in hand, I was like,
Well, and I get bad enough for like Amazon packages, and I try to put that on the back burner. So I can't imagine something that like is so important to a project that I'm working on, and then you're just like, okay, well, it's going to be months, so I can't think about it every day, and then. You have to match everything, and then there's the you don't have the fallback of being a multi-million-dollar movie to where you can just remake a suit if the
send us a new one, guys.
So it's that was like my biggest like question, I guess, of just like how was like what was that relief like? You kind of touched on that. So
and I mean for me it was like. After I had it, because it was such a long period too, like of all of it, I remember just sitting there being like, can't turn back now. Like, obviously you get those nerves, of course. Like I told you, it's there for sure. Cause it's a big shoes to fill, not just with the hype that's gone around this project when we launched, but like, this is Superman, like one of the top 3 superheroes, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. And like, I'm doing something with one of the top superheroes, and that's a lot of media and a lot of passion for a lot of fans. So like I want to do it justice, of course. So there's plenty of that, like, dude, like I put up or shut up kind of
Yeah.
thing. Have to go, you know?
Yeah. So let me ask you this. And I've always wondered this just because I've obviously seen a lot of movies and stuff. So like, is the suit, is it designed like for what he wears underneath it? Is it designed to have something like a Under Armour type of material?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's some things I asked Unmasked Studio the whole time. Like, hey, if it started raining when we're shooting, do I need to panic? Do we need to keep it far away from liquids? And like, and he was saying like, try to keep the foam and stuff as like dry as possible. So like, good to know. If it starts raining, we're not shooting that scene today. We're like taking the suit off and going and doing something else, or not even trying in the first place. But then he did say underneath what he would recommend is long sleeve Under Armour like type shirt for arms and for pants, because for getting it on and off after you're wearing it, he's like sweating and just wearing it in general. He's like, that'll help absorb a lot of the sweat, and it makes it slide off your body a lot easier than without doing it. So we're for sure going to do that.
I could feel it, because if I wear something like Under Armour, like when I work out, if it's soaked, it's a pain in the ass to take off. It's really like it's a pain. Yeah, I can feel that totally, man. Dude, this is I'm gonna bring this up real quick. I'm looking at this shit and it's
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, dude, it's
and that was one of the first locations that I found that I was like, I'm 100% shooting here.
Yeah.
Like, because we're gonna actually shoot a scene there. I won't say what scene, but we'll be
shooting
there. There's so many nice little areas that framed right just look incredible. And I mean, one thing I'll say is that I'm gonna like Smallville. It isn't a dominant part of the movie, but it is in the movie, and we're gonna get Smallville right for the first time ever in live action.
Oh, nice.
And somebody's sitting there saying, "What do you mean they did?" But like, I grew up small town. They've never gotten Smallville right. It's always been too damn big every single time.
Yeah,
it's been like,
I do.
Small town environment. The whole town closes for football games. Yeah, there's businesses. Oh, I'm a pizza place. Closed. We're going to the football game, and that's the stuff that you're going to see when you see our Smallville. You're going to see that full one light in for the whole town, flashing. You're going to see that, and I think, and I get why it's happened to the scale it has in Hollywood, because you take someone who lives in a city with like 5 million people, and you say do small town. They say, okay, 100,000 people, small town, and it's like, no, that's not small town. Like everyone knows your business. Like if one of you walk into this town and you've never been there before, everyone's gonna go, "Who the hell's that?" Yeah. Like that kind of small town. And I have the location for that, and I'm super excited to fully showcase like what I've always felt is missing about Smallville. It's like everyone's supposed to know everyone's business, and everyone's knows. Oh yeah, I remember when Jonathan Kent won the state championship, and 78. Like that's the kind of things that would be talked about.
Nice.
So.
Yeah.
That's just a minor thing I want to throw out.
Yeah. No, I can relate, because my town is. We do have a movie theater. They renovated it a couple years ago, but it did just have like started with one screen, then they split it, and it's
gotcha.
Yeah, but it is. The entire town doesn't shut down on Friday nights for football games, but it used to. Now
here's what I'll say to anyone who's listening: the place I'm filming, the town size is 3,000 people.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
That's
so it's small town, and there's so many areas. It's just like perfect Americana, like for what you think of for small town. And like I said, it's not a huge part of the movie, but it's an important part of the movie to showcase the difference from going there to Metropolis.
Let me ask you, since you say that, like, what was the process like to get like the permits and all of that kind of stuff? Did you just go in there and be like, y'all want to film?
Well, thankfully, Texas, like a lot of things don't really care. The Southern hospitality is like through the roof, so like so many places will just be like, sure, you can film here, I don't care. Yeah, be like, okay. Like you just explain, it's just a fan project and what the detail, and then they're like, "Yeah, sure, right, we don't care." Like you can use the space guy I met today. Like, it's just really been great. And there's some locations that we'll have to obviously get some clearance for, but a lot of them I'm not asking about until we get certain budget landmark hit, because I don't want to ask them and then be like, oh, we didn't make it to that goal, so why'd I waste my time talking to these people? We do have a full green screen studio that we've already talked to that we're going to be using to rent space. That's in Oklahoma for that. But yeah, it's because obviously there's plenty of stuff that has to be CG for a Superman film, like green screen. And I'm going to kill Julian Bell with all the work I'm going to implement on him. But he's been like beyond a trooper on this, because like from the start, because I've done VFX and stuff like that, you guys know, for like years, and like what I basically told him and everyone on the team is like, I want my focus on this project to be like completely on directing and cutting. I don't want to have to go, oh, time to do VFX, and then my head's elsewhere, and then time to do this. Like I can fully be invested in those tasks. And like I said, he grabbed the rungs and was like, yep, let's do it, fully in.
Nice. So is there like, what's your shooting schedule as tentative? I know, because like you said, you're waiting to hit certain goals. Like, once you said in Oklahoma, the green screen. So how long do you think that process, like once you get to that stage of the filming where you're in Oklahoma and you're at this green screen studio, so how long is that?
I think, like, how many days is it going to take to shoot on the green screen?
Yeah, pretty
honestly speaking, since we can rent the space for an entire 12 to 16 hour day, which is incredible. So renting it for that much time, I think 2 days on the generous side and 4 days on the like max side, because you got to think 12 to 16 hours to shoot. We can spend one whole day shooting flying sequences, an entire day of shooting them. And then, worry about other like specific scenes that need to be green screen, for the next day, that are full dialogue scenes. So I think 4 days max. Obviously that could change or differ, but I honestly, when you're talking 16-hour days and everyone that's involved, especially Glenn, who's going to be the prominent person to be in front of green screen. He's former Army and stuff too. So like, you know about long days. Let's
hurry up and wait.
Yeah. Only we'll be hurry up and doing like stuff. We'll be like, running and gunning. So I know it won't be like a complaining thing. It won't be like, oh my God, we're still doing this. Be like, yeah, let's keep going. Let's rock and roll.
No, it's good to hear, man. It's good to know you have like everybody involved is just like, yo, let's go.
Yeah.
Which is, sometimes that could not be the case.
And I do have one of the people I worked on the Star Wars project with. He'll be coming down to work.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. That's good, man. So yeah, man. Anything you want to finish off the conversation about with this, and tell everybody where they can. I'll put the link down below to where you can go to donate if you want to help get this project made.
The biggest thing right now is getting those donations. And I know, so you just want money, but it's like, that's really the most important thing to make it be able to be told at the level we want to tell the story.
I feel you 1000%.
And which again, we have perks starting at $1. You do not have to sign up. So there's none of that, I would support, but I don't feel like signing up and confirming my email. You don't have to do any of that. You can literally type in a card. I think they take Apple Pay and Google Pay also. And like I said, we have perks starting at $1. And if you can't donate over the next 53 days, I just looked, 53 days left. If you can't, then share with family and friends, and even sometimes do more than just a share on your social media. If you think of someone in your life who likes comic books in any way, shape, or form, send them an actual message and say, hey man, I saw this project. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that actually helps move the masses. I mean, that moves the interest and continues to keep things flowing is just that. And there is no donation that is too small. So I've had people say, sorry, I can only give $1. And it's like, for me, $1 tells me you believe in me and you believe in this project. Like, it's the most definitive way you can show me that, I guess, which is a weird thing to say, but like, of course, if someone can't donate, share it. There's a guy on Instagram who has been every single day. He's been posting about our thing every single day. He's put on his story. It's that time of the day again. It's that time, like every single day since we launched, which is so cool. Seeing that, but share it. And hope we can keep reaching more people. That's the goal every day. Reach more people that haven't heard about the project.
I've been sharing it as much as I can for sure.
Yeah, it's appreciated.
Yes. Superman Solar. Let me pull back up the one you dropped today. Anyway, it's next year. 10
next year. I would say, since we'll finish shooting at the latest at the beginning of next year, and then a lot of that will be sent straight off to VFX. Like I said, since my hands are just going to be the approval hands for VFX for the most part. I might do a few, but for the most part, it'll be like Julian Bell, like you and the team get to work. If you have questions, blah, 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 here's everything, kind of thing. Then I could focus. So it won't be a slower process. It'll be a faster process, I think, than in the past.
Nice. So yes, if you are able, if you're able to give to donate to this to Superman Solar to get this project made, do so. If not, share it, man. It's sharing is free. Sharing and retweeting
Absolutely.
or whatever is it's all of that stuff.
And it's
free.
on every platform.
Yeah.
I even had Meg put it on Vero because I suck at Vero and I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I straight up told her, I said, I have no clue how to use the site. So if you don't mind, she's like, yep, I got you. I'm like, cool.
Yeah,
because I'm clueless.
She did. Yeah. So we're looking for when I know you you had said I think it was a week before you announced it, you were just like, yo, next Friday or something like that. And I was like, what? What's going on? I was just like, and then once you announced it, I was like, yo, this is absolutely fucking fire, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like just the first thing you posted was Glenn in the suit, and I was just like, dude, that shit looks like that really looks good. You know what I mean? And so I'm looking forward to it. I know I can't wait for it when it gets done. And I send you best wishes on everything as far as the shoot and everything that comes post-production and all of that stuff just to get it to us. And man, I appreciate you coming on here and talking about it because I can't wait. It looks.
Thanks for having me on. It's always it's always appreciated to come on. And
he's not leaving yet, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
we got
more geeking to do.
yeah, we do. So Joey, man, you want to talk about the Superman real quick before we.
The what?
Superman Solar.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I'm.
He's looking forward to it.
I was like, wait, do I have information about it? I don't know.
Did he tell me something? Yes, this is the part.
Oh my God, where are my notes? No, yeah, I'm hyped for it too. Next year can't really come soon enough. But I wish you guys luck and be safe and especially to Glenn because like you said, it's gonna get hot. That's
why we're doing fall and winter for sure.
Yeah,
that is solely the reason. Like
you might have to do you might have to recreate the when Henry did the ice bucket challenge just to keep him cool. On that heat. But no, good luck, man. And we're looking forward to see all the updates and everything. And I'm hyped for it.
Thank you.
Yo, one last thing. Once it's completed, and obviously you're satisfied with putting it out there. You thinking about like a premiere or like
ideally, yeah. So like I mean, if we get fully funded, that's a lot of it. Fun. I already know like how my theater here does things. Like you can rent a theater, like obviously you guys know you can rent theater space, but like it's especially since COVID, it is relatively affordable to do. At least here, maybe not everywhere, but at least here it is. So that's one of the things that I've talked to him about doing. And we would actually, that would be the ideal situation. And no, anyone who's donating, your donations would not be going towards us doing that. It would just be cool. It's fully funded. We can do the movie, and then it would be out of pocket for us to do that. I'm just saying, if we don't get fully funded, I would rather my out of pocket money go towards the film more than in addition to we can do this. But yes, we definitely want to do that. And honestly, if it gets to that point, which again is like a complete pipe dream, but if it gets to that point, there will be lots of people that will be invited to the premiere. Like you guys would definitely be invited.
Yes.
Obviously I couldn't be like, and I can fly you out. But like, if you wanted to come, it'd be like, here's your tickets in the mail. We can do a whole
World's Finest has arrived on the red carpet.
Yeah. We'll have someone live streaming it, but yeah, I even plan on having, a thing for photos, stuff like it. It's all in my head. Like if it gets to that, it's a hypothetical, obviously, but that would be the dream for sure.
Just know that if it does get to that point, me and this dude have zero problem traveling. We've done it before.
Word.
Me and Joey have.
And I'm not joking. You guys would definitely be included in that mix,
Yeah.
Because I can be a lot more open with a premiere than like before launch. But like a premiere now, there's been trailers out. There's been like all sorts of stuff. So it's like the only thing I'm going to be asking people is please don't like leak a scene online. But 2 days before we actually launch this thing. Yeah. Or something. Yeah.
But I just wanted it. That's why I asked that question because more than probably 100%, 110% likely that me and this dude and probably Meg, like we'd be able to make something like that if we with obviously we had time to plan it or whatever. But if you do something like that, just plan on seeing us dudes just there.
Heck yeah. If it gets that, if it gets fully funded, that's definitely something that I plan on doing for sure. Make it as special as it can be, I guess. even for us, like in a little level, confused
Yeah.
the hell out of my local movie theater. Like, why all these people are going
Yeah.
to see this random thing? Like, who are you people?
Yeah, we're just there. We're just like, oh yeah, yeah. I think that will be absolutely incredible. And like a lot of people that I've met been doing YouTube for a long time, but like as far as live streaming goes, especially since the announcement of Zack Snyder's Justice League leading up to the movie being released, I've met a lot of people, and I've been fortunate enough to meet some of them in person. You know what I'm saying, Joey and Meg, on several occasions, and Andrew, look forward to meeting you at some point in time where we could just,
likewise.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Pop a beer and just be like, yo, this is incredible. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. We can't wait to come out. Once again, Superman Solar. Donate if you can, man. We're
if you can't find, all you have to do is get on Google and type in Superman Solar fan film. You'll find the campaign, like, or it's in my bio on every single social media platform.
Right here, yes, there it is on Indiegogo. Damn, dude, that's dope.
Yeah, and that was inspired by Alex Ross's.
Yeah. I remember when you posted it up there. I was like, oh, this is
any recreation of Alex Ross stuff. I'm like,
he's my favorite artist.
He's great.
Like ever.
Fantastic.
Like the first time I think I ever showed his stuff, like when my wife first started dating, she's not into comic books now she kind of is by no choice. But like, she was like, I didn't realize comic books could be like serious and look this detailed, and like, because the perception, if you don't read the stuff, you'd be like, oh, it's like jokey and goofy, and she was like, this looks like real people. And I'm like, yeah, he's insane. Alex Ross, he's nuts.
Oh yeah, dude. Alex Ross is his art is obviously we read these books, so we love pretty much most of the art, but like his is on another level, and it always looks like portraits.
Absolutely.
And what you were saying about I think people who are new to it, they hear the term comic. And
and this is before the MCU, by the way. I've met, so that wasn't even a thing yet.
Yeah. So, but even back in the day, like you hear the term comic, and a lot of people take that as comic, like it's funny or whatever. Like you were just saying, but
like the newspaper.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Alex Ross does Family Circus.
I cannot. Now I want him to do it.
Yeah.
Now I need to see it. It would be off the
Calvin and Hobbes, bro.
Marmaduke.
Dennis the Menace.
Yes.
Oh man. Sunday morning comics used to be kind of fire, dude, in the newspaper. They're pretty good, man. So yeah, hey, appreciate you coming on and just putting it all out there and let us get, because I was wondering, and I was looking forward to this conversation just because, like I said, I don't do this stuff. It's so interesting that's why I'm such a big fan of like any kind of you get yourself a physical copy of any kind of movie, and I love watching the behind the scenes stuff because it's just interesting and you just see exactly how stuff is made, and I feel cool that you still in the process of putting this together, and like I know some stuff, and it's just like, oh shit. Like once it starts and you start sharing little things here and there, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? That you just put that out there. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. And so it says, 24%, man. Y'all getting close. This is 7 days, bro. 24%.
I know. Man. I don't want to get too complacent.
Yeah, I got you.
We're already there. Nothing to worry about.
I feel that, but 7 days.
But I'm grateful we've hit that much. I mean, obviously it's insane, and I just hope it keeps finding more people who want to be involved.
Nice, man. So we're gonna move from that. We're gonna move into some other geek stuff, man. Pretty much. And I did want to bring this up real quick. So Game of Thrones fans, if you're out there, this came out, which was a Hollywood Reporter put this out yesterday. Not the only site that put that out there, but there was several that put out that there's going to be a Jon Snow sequel series in development at HBO for Game of Thrones. You a Game of Thrones fan?
I'm not a Game of Thrones fan.
Okay,
get out of here.
It's not a knock against it. So I just never got around to watching it. And what's funny is I planned on starting it. And then everyone said the last season was horrible. And I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that because I made that mistake with Dexter. And so like, I think I've heard it's great until the last season.
No, I think you know what? Most people that I know that binged the entire thing like the last season more than people who
really. Yeah, I could see that though, because you guys are waiting,
Yeah,
that's
that's the main point I always make is like between some of those seasons, it's like a year and a half. So I enjoyed the last season. There are some things that I could nitpick apart, but at the same time, at the end of the day, I was like, I enjoyed the way they ended it and I loved it. So like, but for people, I can understand the people who's like, yo, I waited a year, almost 2 years for this. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I can get that, but I didn't feel that way. You know what I mean? But most people who don't have to wait, who can just get on HBO Max and start season 1, episode 1, and watch it all the way to the finish, they love it. And Neil, who usually comes on the Friday show, he's not here this week, but he watched the entire thing over like a month, and he loved it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
I was gonna say, like, World's Finest, for the most part, we enjoyed the last season. Like we don't understand like the hate it gets. Like, I mean, we like you just explained, like we understand it, but it's like it wasn't that bad. And like I don't know. I also just hate the idea of like if someone's gonna start a show and then someone will say, oh, skip this season. It's like, don't tell them that. Let them watch it on not saying like you bought into it or anything. I'm just saying, like, I hate when people do that. It's like, just let them watch it. Even if it's bad, then let them decide.
Usually, even with like the skip season, if you do that, like it'll be like, oh, you skipped that one, so you missed all this important stuff that I'm now told you about important.
You skip a season of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I think with any show, for the most part, if you skip chunk like that, you're like
this one. With Game of Thrones, because every season, well, up until the last 2, it's only 10 episodes. So, like, if you skip a whole season,
I didn't know it either. I didn't know how long the show was. So 10 episode seasons, that's pretty solid.
The first 6 episodes, or first 6
I hate seasons that I'm not a big fan of 24 and like 22 episodes. I prefer I think 10 and 12 is like the perfect in between number.
Well, because with 24, that's when you get into like filler territory. And
you get. I mean, I love Smallville, but you get into like season 1, season 2 Smallville, where it's like, oh, random guy got superpowers from eating something weird. Okay,
just say it's the meteor again.
Whatever. Yeah, meteor rock, like.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you skip a season, you're lost. Gotcha. I would say, and I've like I remember I didn't catch on to the series until the first 2 seasons were out, and I was on my 3rd deployment. I was in Afghanistan, and I had just finished Spartacus, and my platoon sergeant was like, yo, you should try this. You should watch. And I've said this before, and it's always funny. It's just like, I was like, man, I don't want to watch that Dungeons and Dragons bullshit. It's like, you watch Game of Thrones. That was my reaction. I don't want to watch that. It's like, no, watch it. Mm-hmm. And then I watched the first 2 seasons and end up coming back home like 2 weeks before the 3rd season started. I was in love with that shit and never missed anything until the end of the end.
It's not a knock. It's just sometimes there's sometimes shows or movies I just don't watch. I'm like, dang, I just never watched that. I just never did.
Yo, there's a lot that I've just never. It's a thing. It's almost, it's like we all live like these busy lives, and it's like if you're gonna, it's one thing to start something when it starts, but if you're gonna go back and try, like that's some time you have to donate to said thing, like Game of Thrones. If tomorrow you decide, you know what, I'm gonna watch Game of Thrones, your next month is done. But you can't, because you got this stuff coming up.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, it's a process.
Yeah, I don't need a show that's going to hook me for the next 53 days at least. I mean, I can deal with hopping in and watching an Obi-Wan, a Miss Marvel, like The Boys. I can deal with that. But if it was a full series, it'd be like, because that's what happened when I didn't watch Cobra Kai for the first 3 seasons, just never started it. And then I started it, and man, I binged the shit out of it. I was just like, next, like,
And I just, Anthony and Meg know this, but I just finished Sopranos a couple weeks ago. Oh shit, I forgot to watch the movie. I gotta do that. But yeah, that was like a months long endeavor almost, of just like, it's like, I don't want to watch too much at once, but it was like.
Who was that? Any other character would be more interesting for a sequel? So that's what I just want to bring that up real quick, because I know it they just announced this, and it was just blowing up yesterday evening for sure.
Right.
So we'll see where it goes. Obviously, Kit Harington is gonna come back. I do remember Meg tweeting out she'd like to see. I don't know if Maisie wants to continue. It looks like Kit wants to do this to come back as Jon Snow. I don't know if Maisie wants to, even though she's my favorite character on the show, just about. So Arya Stark. If you don't know, Maisie Williams played Arya Stark on Game of Thrones, and Meg was saying I'd like to see her get a series for what happens after.
And her with her, it might be just a little different because, I mean, and Kit Harington definitely was on the show for years too, but Macy kind of went from like childhood to adulthood throughout the span of the show. So she's probably kind of just like, I want to leave that alone. Not saying I want her to. Like, if she wants to come back, I'm all for it. Like, I'd love to see. I'd love to see. Where she went, like what she ended up doing. That'd be great. But yeah, it's interesting. I was not expecting this. I will say, I was not.
This I was like, what?
Because we had full focus on the House of the Dragon
that comes out,
and then hearing this, I'm like, all right.
As a matter of fact, Andrew, that might be fire. When House of the Dragon comes out later this year, that series, I think, what is it? Is it 10 episodes or 8?
It's probably.
Is it 10? A prequel series?
Yeah. Yes, it's a prequel. So if you do start watching that
might start there and then go to Game of Thrones.
Because
I like that.
This it'll be weekly to come out every Sunday. I think it's 9 p.m.
Right.
You watch it, and then once it's done, then you could be like, okay, that's wet my tongue enough where I can. Yeah.
You wait for next season. When you wait for the next season, you're like, all right,
got something.
Let's start Game of Thrones.
I like that. It's a good idea.
The Hound. Oh, do you like that? The Hound was fire, dude.
Yeah, but never mind. What's up, Emma? I was about to spoil the show.
I would probably forget, like all the characters. The only thing I know from seeing memes is like apparently that little kid with the blonde hair is the most annoying person on the planet.
Yeah, the kid from Batman Begins.
Yes. No one will believe me.
Yeah, he stopped acting because he was getting a lot of. I don't know if that was the
I didn't know that. It was part of it. It was
a big part of it.
I just knew people said. I mean, that stuff's crazy to me. People think like an actor plays a role and they send him like, "You should die. I can't believe you killed so and so." It's like, my God, it's a movie, dude.
Yeah. Somebody wrote this for me. I just acted it out. Yeah. Relax.
I did not.
Hey, I mean, if that's like you're batting 100 there when you're two
big people that mad.
And your two biggest claims to fame are Batman and Game of Thrones. I'd be like, I think I'm gonna retire.
Yeah,
I'm good.
And also, I think he wanted to go to college and stuff too. So that was that was part of it. Yeah. But he was
through college. Just pay the college your money, and you can get a free degree. No, I'm rich. Give me a degree.
Yeah.
We've heard of that happening. Yes. Reality.
Somebody tried it a couple years
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, they got in trouble for it.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to that. I don't know. And here's the thing with this too, this announcement is, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen, but we never know. So there could be something that falls apart in a couple months where
like the show doesn't, they just don't.
Yeah. I mean, the way they've been covering it though, probably 90% sure it's going to happen, but some of these things don't pan out as you guys have seen
as
before.
You've seen the entire DC slate.
Yeah, that's
I mean, that's the easiest example of things not panning out.
I will say I don't I'm not going to say it on here. I will say that we had a conversation earlier about some particular things possibly happening in the last movie, and it was sickening. It was sickening. I'm not gonna say it on here. Just if you know, If
I don't
Andrew,
know, so after they go off,
afterwards, if you want us to tell you, it's. But
I'm just curious, so now I gotta know. You don't have to tell me on the air, but you can tell me.
No. Yeah, I don't want to. I won't put it up on here because I don't want it's kind of spoilery, so I don't just put it out there. It was
that movie's such a. Whatever, I don't care anymore. Just spoil. Like if it's a spoiler, send it.
That's what I said. I was like, I can give two shits anymore.
Yeah. There's too much shit.
Yeah.
I'm at this point, it's almost it's like as big of fans as we are of that universe and the characters and things of that nature. It's so like heartbreaking. Some of the stuff that has happened, probably just pretty much in the last year or whatever. But let's see. Let me find this right here. Let's move on to something else, man. The Boys. All right. I'll say this: The Boys continues to impress me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's been out for a few years. The first season came out, and I was like, "What is this? New to me? Absolutely incredible." The second season was fire, and they continue to. I think this is they for me personally, they continue to do what I think the Suicide Squad attempted to do with comic book characters, but keep it on a level where it's like I don't know, I can just vibe with the boys, whereas when it comes to that, I couldn't vibe too much with it. It's just good. The content is good, the writing is good, the acting is absolutely incredible. Carl Urban, bro, I'd love to meet that dude in real life and shake his hand and be like, yo, dude. I actually saw him one time, couldn't take a picture of him. No, he's like, yo, it might cost you like $200. I was like,
damn,
I don't want to be that dude.
Jeez.
It was at Dragon Con like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
We did get to take a picture with Zachary Levi. Me and my wife did,
Nice.
but he was once he got there and he was I can't remember. He was Ralph Macchio was there. There was a couple of them. And you know how the cons do. They have the booths and stuff like that. But I did see him there talking to a couple people.
Mm-hmm.
And this season is it's good, man. I asked you, Andrew, so far this season in the latest episode, what do you think, man?
Man, this show is always. I mean, I starting The Boys kind of like Invincible. I had no knowledge of this stuff prior to. Yeah, we don't have to go on a tangent, but I was just thinking of another show. I had no knowledge of going into it, so I didn't know what to expect.
No.
And I think that they've just constantly pushed the limit with like meme type things with like. Well, the first episode with the Thanos meme, they do stuff like that, but then they do like dark things with like the airplane scene where he's just like, "What do you mean fly all these people down? No, they're dead." Like, and I think this has been such a cool season because they're finally playing around with like the boys. They're about to fight back finally, like actually be able to fight back potentially against Homelander, and Homelander's kind of taking over everything, and everyone's clearly like. They're like, oh, you're going to be so political. You're going to be the best person possible to lead this company and to take us to the next level. And then one person's like, what are your plans about pushback? He's like, are you smarter than me? Should you be sitting here? And everyone's like, oh, he's just going to burn her face off if she doesn't leave the room like right now. Like it's like a total like tyrant dictator. Like you're great. Please don't kill me. Like situation. Like that's how it feels. He does such a good job. Anthony Starr of just that role, terrifying. Like just the dialogue pieces he can say, and I've loved this season. And I love that we're getting long episodes. We don't get those little 30-minute, like we're getting full hours and stuff like that. That's great. Yeah.
Joey, what you think, man? This season and the current episode that just came out today.
You know, it's kind of redundant because like with a show, as good as this, it's only supposed to get better. Or like, that's how you perceive it. But it's like, this was like probably the best episode, at least of the season. But like, it's definitely up there as like one of the top because like so much stuff happened. I said in the group chat, I was like, it was all over the place, but in a good way because it furthered a lot of storylines. Like the it's gonna be nuts.
It's gonna
be nuts. But like the the Butcher storyline with like Soldier Boy and everything, like that, great. And like I watching like his moments in this episode, it made me look back on the first what episode was this 5?
5.
So it made me look back on the first 4. I'm like, okay, now his tease and like they made us wait, and now it's worth it because like he's having really good scenes and really like I mean I watched all of Supernatural, so I love Jensen Ackles, but like all of his scenes are hitting very hard, and he's like his acting for this character is really great. So like that made me realize that the wait that they made us wait for Soldier Boy was really worth it in my opinion. Like that trailer scene with God, what's her name, Countess or something like that. And
didn't she?
Didn't Seth Rogen before that?
Oh yeah. One thing I really like that the boys always does is, I mean, they play on like scenarios in reality that are going on.
Yes.
They turn them into their own universe, or even like little things like, so we see Soldier Boy in the past earlier in the season, then we see him now in the present day. Oh, cool. He was Captain America that we know him as, and now he's in-game Captain America with the beard. Like he's like small, like homage. It's like, but I mean, even like the Black Lives Matter scene, how he's like, "Soup's lives matter." I'm like, yeah, it's relatable, and they made it work in their crazy world. That it's
Yeah,
there would be
they
something like that. There would be absolutely. I mean, there would be some crazy guy who just beats the shit out of people. Like
and even to that point, like when the scene where Homelander has his freak out like on public TV a couple episodes ago, I'm like, okay, now he's, he just lost his position. And it's like, no, he's only more popular, if anything. And I'm like, that would happen. That would happen.
Yes.
I don't know why
the
I was
internet,
thinking.
The internet would be like, I love it. He's not backing down and reading from the book anymore.
I don't know why I was thinking he would be fired or anything. Of course,
canceled or something.
In fact, when he said on the episode, go ahead, upload the plane scene, I was like, damn, they have nothing on him now.
Yep.
Like,
yeah. That's it. For me, that's what because I remember telling Joey Meg after last week's episode, I was at the end of it, I was pissed. What was the dude's name? That spoilers. Everybody knows we're talking spoilers. That Homelander killed on the roof, and
I know
he brought her up. Yeah, and I was just
Starlight's friend from childhood.
And it was angering because I was
like, they killed him. Dang, I like that guy.
Well, he was cool, but I was just like, now Homelander's on that level where and
I like what they did with A-Train this episode too, calling him out. Like, why do you want people who hate you to like? Why are you trying to please people? She said,
"Why are you such a pussy?" Basically, that was a good. When she walked up to him in the hallway, that was such a good transaction of dialogue because she says that to him. He's like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "You know what I'm talking about, you punk ass." You know what I'm saying? Basically, what she wanted to say. And he went on about. I was like,
I wish she would have said that. Now,
yes, that would have been fucking fire, dude. It would have. For me, like I said, The Boys is, and there's a particular scene, and we had been talking about this ever since the trailer for the season came out, before the season started. There's a certain intro to a series that I thought was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my entire life, and it was musically inclined or whatever. And so, like when The Boys put their trailer out for this season before it started, there was a little musical thing in there, and I was like, "Oh shit, what are we doing here?" And so this episode was that musical scene, and I would say that it absolutely fit the episode.
Yeah,
I thought it was fun. I literally was like, "Oh, this is cool," because it was a dream sequence or whatever, and I think it fit really well for Kimiko. Is it Kimiko or Kimiko? Kimiko. It just fit because she's very happy that she doesn't have powers anymore. I don't know if I'd be that happy. I'm like, I want powers back, but she's happy she didn't have the powers, and then so that's her and Frenchie are watching this movie, and it leads to that. And I thought it didn't go on too long. What was it, like 30 seconds? It wasn't even a long sequence, and it went through it. It was really well done. The choreography was good, and then after it was done, it was done. Yeah, and they went right back to the episode. He's like, "Yo, I'm about to go get some coffee." And then I saw that shit happen when he went to get the coffee. I was like, "Oh no!"
Now she's gonna think he dipped on her. And
what happened? Yeah. What's I don't know if they're gonna force him to. I'm pretty sure that's what they're gonna do. Try to force him to go do whatever. And she wanted him to kill a kid. Was that I didn't hear what she said. I know she showed him the pictures. Did she say kill both of them or the kid and the dad? You know what I'm talking about? When she I'll be honest. He says she's just a kid, and she's like, that never stopped you before. I was like,
yeah. I think we'll probably get all the answers to that on the next week. I was not ready for it. I was not ready for that. I was like, okay, all right. I'm not mad about it. I'm here for it. Sure.
Yeah. But it was that scene in particular was one where like. When they're sitting there and they're talking, when it started, he's just like, nah. Especially the way he talked right before it happened. He was like, not just Homelander, all y'all need to go. I was like, damn. Yeah. Like he literally told her, like, if we take down Homelander, we're gonna kill all y'all. It doesn't matter who. And then all of a sudden after that it happened, I was like, hey, it's been a while for both of them, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember.
And it was funny that the Boys, in typical Boys fashion, since she has superpowers, is throwing him around during that scene. I'm like, that checks out.
It was like I said, incredible writing. Even the line where she's like, "I've been sober for 4 months" or whatever. He's like, "So have I," or something like he said to that effect, and he was like, "I was like, this is the." And obviously I know Seth Rogen is one of the creators of the show and things of that nature. And
great cameo, dude. The best.
That shit was absolutely incredible. Like I was laughing so hard when that shit happened. I was just like, this is.
We're speaking of the Soldier Boy scene too, when like he comes in and she's like, you look so young, and he's like, and you don't.
Yeah, dude. That writing when he said that and the way he delivered
delivery,
the line,
yeah.
He was like, and you don't. I was like, oh man, that's she was on Dumb and Dumber. She played the Mary. You know what I'm talking about? The actress who plays her. She played Mary on Dumb and Dumber.
I don't think it is, but she does look like her. She does.
So is it? I don't know, man.
I don't know. The actress looks familiar to me. That's all I'm like.
Yeah, I thought it was her.
I think she's on was it Battlestar or something? I don't know.
Oh,
she does look familiar, but yeah.
And he has this super Iron Man special attack where he can just burn a hole through everything. I'm like, okay, well,
it's like, well,
and then when he just murks her, which is one of the great things about The Boys. There's none of that like, oh, maybe they survived. No,
dude, her body after that, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
She still had the mask.
They made.
Yeah.
The mask was still there. You saw like the little centerpiece.
Yeah.
No, it's good. And I as this season goes on, I'm my wife has started watching it now. I think she's midway through season 2, so she'll be caught up by the time we get to the end of the season.
It's so good because they push all those limits.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But
whether it's a meme or whether it's a serious dark limit, they push it. It doesn't matter.
And it's also like they push the limits, but this is this sounds fucked up. It's in good taste, but it's actually maybe in poor taste, but it's in good taste because the way that they can pull
the guy sneezes and
it's but like, the way they pull it off, the way they pull that off is like you're like that was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like you come back and you're like, that was fire though. The way, you know what I'm saying? It just fits the series. And I remember the other night I think it was last night I was in here watching the game. I can't remember what I was doing, but I heard my wife go, that's gross. It was the whale scene from last season.
Oh yeah.
When they're like
you
know what I'm saying? And I was just like, what just happened?
Obviously I don't know. Oh, go ahead.
I was just say it feels like all the grossest scenes, at least to me, involve the deep. Because the worst scene so far this season was when he had to eat that squid. Or I was like,
see the pain? He's like he's praying.
He's praying. Like, he has kids. I'm like, oh my god, just shut up.
Yeah. Then, oh god. Like I don't know. Obviously, since I said I've never read anything and I don't know what the
me neither. Me neither.
I hope that when they finally decide to end the show, this is would be my ideal way for Homelander, for them to have created something that takes away a Soup's power.
Mm-hmm.
He gets hit with this thing, and then all the Soups that are still alive that he's been bullying just rip him apart. That would be my ideal way to like, but I don't know because someone's gonna say that's not what happens. Oh, sorry. Well, that's something I thought would be cool. Like, because he's been like the tyrant of just full evil. Like he rules everything, and everyone knows it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and that's it. Talking about like Superman, I think me and Joey we talked about it before. It's like that's one of the things. Like the way Homelander is at this point, we don't know what's going to happen for the rest of the season or the series or whatever. At this point, he's reached where the reason why the reason people gave for not making a Superman video game is he'd be able. He could just do everything. He could just kill everybody, and it's you know what I'm saying. Like even though I don't personally agree with those reasons, but it's still reached that point where I'm like, somebody got to do something with Homelander because he's just like that boardroom scene. I was just like, she was literally. She just brought up a point that they probably talk about every week in this board meeting. And
that's all she was trying to do. It's like, hey, so what's the plan for doing this? And he's like, oh, so you think you're smarter than me? And like, and everyone's like, oh, he's going to burn your face off if you don't leave. Like, you're dead.
I was like, oh, somebody's got to get him. Somebody's got to get him, man.
Yeah, because instantly, just like typical political people, they're instantly like, oh, yeah, Vought was terrible. Oh, yeah, I'm glad he's gone. Thank God you're here. Like, that's such like kiss ass that like political jargon would definitely do in a situation like that. Somebody they've had as a leader for like 30 years, and they're like, oh, yeah, he was terrible. I'm glad he's gone.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sure Giancarlo, I'm sure he'll probably be back for the season's over, I think.
I was gonna say he's kind of freed up now because they're done with Better Call Saul.
Yeah,
so he's got some free time.
Yep.
So hopefully he'll be. I will say the scene when Starlight was talking to the new No, the
No.
new CEO. What's her
Oh.
name?
Oh yeah.
And she
How
almost got her to like turn over.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm the CEO. You got to make an appointment, bitch.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. I was like, and she, Starlight had the tears in her eyes because she was like, God damn, I was close to getting you
Yeah.
to like turn that, you know what I mean?
I think at
Turn
the end
over.
of the day, that woman finally got a taste of power, and because she'd been like, when you look at the earlier season, she was like treated like crap and like
Yep.
constantly shit on. Pretty much, she was just trying to survive, and now she's like, why would I give that up? I'm at the top right now.
Yeah. Also,
So-
and also Homelander could fry her body, so she's probably
yeah.
but
That's
those two details. But she almost like you could see like she was trembling, her voice was shaking, her like
Yeah.
breathing and shit. I was like, oh
Mhm.
shit, she's about to say something. And
she's
she
about to
probably-
crack, but yeah.
It didn't happen. I don't. Yo, do you guys do you want her to die? Like as far as the series, do you think?
Honestly,
or would you
at the
like to
moment-
see her get a new leaf? Or
I think it'd be cool to see her get a redemption arc, but
Mhm.
she's done some pretty shady things.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like she's doing it out of fear.
Yeah.
Which I'm not
Yeah.
saying justifies it, but it's just totally, completely. She's just
Well,
afraid for her life.
It's almost like they all have, at least the people
Yeah.
who work at Vought. So it's like,
Yeah.
I mean,
you
even
know-
Supes are afraid of him.
Yeah.
Like other superpowered people are like,
Mhm.
no, don't cross him.
yeah.
Yeah. What do you think they did with Maeve, man? She was just like, yo.
I don't. The way you pointed out, was it last week when they released the thing about them renewing?
They
getting
did,
renewed?
yes.
So they renewed that thing for season 4.
4, yeah.
And then they all post like pictures of them like going like this, and Maeve's not there.
And neither
I
was
didn't see
Some-
Dang.
Frenchie wasn't there neither.
Right. So,
Yeah. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it. But yeah, so basically what it
Dang.
was when season 4 got announced or whatever, they obviously the actors are doing their own thing right now because they're not filming or anything, but
Mhm.
they got them all to just post pictures on social media of them putting up a 4 for season 4. And there's
They
a
aren't
couple
there.
that weren't
I mean,
there.
it could be one of those things where they just weren't at that shoot that day.
Mhm.
It could be something like that.
but they were
it
all
also-
selfies. Like they were all just like
Oh, gotcha.
individual.
I
Like,
thought you were talking about like a group photo.
oh no.
No. Hold on. Oh, here it is. I found it. All right, hold on. Let me bring this up. Yeah,
I mean, that's the way you pull on emotions. The character people fall in love with gets. I
Well,
mean,
especially-
I think
Walking
once he's
Dead.
about to have like a like you just said, a redemption kind of arc.
Yeah.
Like that's what they do a lot with. Like I kind of knew. I don't know. Like if you guys ever finished Arrow or like got too far into it, but the episode where spoilers, Laurel dies,
Yeah.
and because I was watching it and she's like planning her life. She's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna give this up and go be a lawyer.
Yeah,
or
you
whatever.
knew it was coming.
I'm like, you're gonna die, and then sure enough, 30 minutes later, she's dead.
Yeah.
So I think when I pull this up, you probably wouldn't think twice about this post except for what they wrote about it. So they basically were like, we're coming back for season 4. Till then, here's a little foreshadowing, right? And so they put all of them. You see Mother's Milk, you see Homelander, you see Starlight, Butcher, Kamiko, Dennis Quaid's son. I always forget his fucking name.
Huey.
Huey,
Yeah.
and she makes heads explode. The Deep, and you got A-Train.
Mhm.
Obviously, like we said, missing is Maeve and Frenchie. So,
Damn.
yeah,
Right.
you see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
if they would have just said we're coming back for season 4,
But
I would've
also
thought twice.
the internet runs with everything. So
Oh,
it
yeah.
could have just been like, oh yeah, we just wanted to look 3
They could be, there might be 3 of these people who don't even come back, and then
Mhm.
Frenchie and Maeve actually do come
Right.
back, and they're just fucking with us. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Or it could be like completely. You're right, and those people die. It could be completely that too. But
Or they're just fans of the 4 Horsemen.
yes, yes.
Butcher and Soldier Boy versus Homelander. Yeah. Don't give me
Dude,
hype. I'm already anticipating some kind
I'm
of.
pretty
final-
sure like Butcher's powers are gonna run out like mid fight. Like
Oh,
that
yeah.
does happen, and he's just gonna be. It's gonna be Batman v Superman when the punch. and
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like,
the
boom.
his
And then,
kryptonite runs out.
And
Yeah,
he's like, oh, hold on, cunt. Don't
yeah.
touch Don't touch
And
me.
then Soldier Boy's like, boom,
Yeah.
chest beam.
Also,
Which, like,
that
what if
look-
he does that and it does nothing to Homelander?
Ooh.
Like, has that?
That'd
been
be a
thought
good
of?
way
Like,
to end the episode. Like whatever episode they're gonna do that.
He does it and he's just like, okay, like,
Yeah.
and you're just like, oh shit.
I think First of all, I was not surprised when Butcher was like, "Yo, what do you guys call it? A team up?"
Comment.
Yeah, I was like, "Yo,
Comment.
what was his name?" What? Anthony Homeland enjoys a deep.
Why am I the deep?
Mega
What?
Screen May.
No, I want to be. I want to be
Neil's
Butcher.
translucent. Damn, Neil is trans.
No, I want to be
Translucent's
Butcher.
dead, man.
Yeah.
Oh damn! He just threw them to the. Yeah, he can be translucent. He's
What
gone.
the fuck? Let me be Butcher.
Oh man, I
Oh,
couldn't.
man.
I'm not an asshole
if it
enough
ain't
to
the
be
invisible
Homelander.
cunt.
Yeah, I would be.
I'm
I would
hoping
be.
A Train gets a little bit of redemption. I'm hoping because he's such a little bitch right
Yeah,
now.
dude.
He's just such
Yes, man, and
a.
some redemption, and also some. Basically, I hope he kills. What's his name? Blue. What's his name?
Blue Hawk.
I hope he kills him like violently. Just kill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, that's what you needed to do to redeem yourself, because otherwise, he is, like you just said, being a bitch about it, about everything in there. So, but like I was saying, when Butcher said, the team up shit, the first thing that came to mind is, I'm sure. I'd say this. I would be surprised if there's not a scene in there when Homelander and Soldier Boy first come face to face. If Homelander doesn't try to hit him with the eye shit and it just bounces off of Soldier Boy, he's like, because
they're not gonna know like the level that Soldier Boy's at now. They're gonna think, what he was.
Exactly. So
they were shooting machine guns in his mouth too in that like scene. You guys see that?
Oh, when they're shooting the gun in his
loading
mouth?
the bullets and just bouncing out of his mouth. I'm like, okay, so he is Homelander level of endurance.
Or they could do a Wonder Woman homage, like Homelander's, hitting him and he
getting ready to do it.
He hits him with the shield, and then he just pops up and blasts him or whatever.
Oh, dude,
that build up. Oh man, it's gonna be
probably gonna be last episode. Which, man,
it's on my birthday. Let's go.
How many episodes are there total this season? Is it
I think
10
there's always 8. Is there's 8?
Is it 8? I don't know.
So.
I really don't know.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Joe, if you can check it real quick and see, I think it's 8. I think. But it could be 10, which is just better for us.
There's a shot in the trailer where Queen Maeve is fighting somebody with a sword. Oh, interesting.
There's There's three more. There's three more because it does end on my birthday, and there's 3 weeks to my birthday.
Oh, okay, nice.
Let's fucking go.
Dude, this year has been so great for like geek shit. It's been incredible.
It has. Imagine A Train busting your Hawk's head in. What? Blue Hawks busting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, if he does kill, it's going to be violent. It's not going to be, it's going to be disgusting when he kills him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we're all going to be able to like, oh shit. Yeah. He just did that to him. Oh, you know what? Probably going to get his little powers back, A Train, his speed back, and fucking run through his body.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that too, because he's clearly been like, not running and he's being bullied by Homelander. Like, oh, you're getting fat, and like, dang, man. Your power is running. Like, everyone has that power. Like, basically just roasting him.
Yeah, I think his what's his from doing so much running over the years, his body's basically falling apart. Or is how they try to put it. So hopefully that would be the perfect way for him to kill that Blue Hawk dude, is to just run through his body at going like 200 miles per hour or some shit. So
I will also say on a side note, the actor for A Train, I'm pretty sure he was in Independence Day, the sequel.
He was. Yep. I think he was.
He's had a massive redemption because that was one of the worst movies and performances I've ever seen. So, like, I'm glad.
Was he Will Smith's son?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, really?
It was brutal. But like, I'm glad he's had this. This is a good one. He was also in I think he was in Shaft.
Probably.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I won't be surprised. Yeah, I won't be surprised. So the boys, if you're watching, if you're watching the boys, it's almost one of those things where if I do get disappointed by an episode, I'm gonna be surprised, because I have yet since this series came out a couple of years ago, I have yet to be disappointed by anything that they've done at all. I might get pissed.
Watch episode 1, you'll be hooked in 10 minutes.
Yeah. I might get pissed off at the end of the episode.
Oh,
damn, but I'm not disappointed as far as like the entertainment value or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So watch the boys. It is.
Well, that's a good thing about starting episode 1 of whether it's the boys or Invincible. They know how to hook you. Like that final. The final 10 minutes of Invincible. You're like,
That's what I told everybody. I said, get through the first episode. If you don't like it, then drop it. But
I wish I had started sooner because I had already seen all the not the screen caps or anything, but I'd seen everybody reacting to it. So I'm like, okay, it's got to be something bloody or whatever.
Yeah.
But then it was that twist.
Like,
I'm like,
I guess we can talk spoilers first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ever. Like, I kind of going into it, watching that episode, I kind of had a feeling like Omni-Man. I was like, could he be like bad maybe? But like, I didn't think he was going to massacre that entire team like brutally. And then somebody pointed out, and I've just never forgot it since, like earlier in that or towards the end of the episode, Red Rush talking to his girlfriend, he's like, oh my God, conversations take a lifetime because everything reacts so slow and everyone moves so slow. Everything takes years for me to experience it. And then somebody pointed out, so he was getting his head crushed for like decades.
Oh God.
By Omni-Man. Like, and I'm like, oh my God, it's so true. Like, but yeah, anyway, that's I can't wait for the next season of that.
I can't. And I was thoroughly just really
Amazon Prime's just killing it.
They are.
It's
insane.
Yeah, they are.
And I also enjoyed the the subplot of like, because the entire season you're watching and you're like, okay, maybe he's brainwashed, maybe there's whatever, somebody microchipped him, I don't know. And then you get to the end, you're like, nope, he's just evil.
Yeah, when he holds Invincible to the train and just,
oh my God,
and he's like, look what they have to do to mimic a fraction of our power, and just like,
dude,
that episode. I actually recently rewatched it, so it's fresh on the head.
It's such a, I think
the animation's great too.
Yeah, that's incredible. I think it had been out for about 3 episodes were out when I started watching it, and I was instantly hooked. And I was like, man, this is absolutely. And so, like, I know when I went and visited Ryan in Texas last year, he took us to one of these big ass comic book stores, and I bought like the I didn't get the addendum because that shit was like $70 and it was like this big. I was like, I gotta fly back home. I can't get it. But I just got like the book one where like I just wanted to see how close it was to how close the show was to the actual book.
Is it close?
Like, damn, it's
is it
really.
Like I said, I've never read it.
Yeah, it's really close. It's really, really close. Nice. And that just shows how good a job they did with it. And obviously, when it's animation, obviously you can get it closer than you can with live action in certain instances, just because it's animation. It's really well done. Like it's a real. And so, I can't wait till the next season.
And like 10-star cast for their voice actors too. It's like the top tier of everyone that you could ever want. And again, another W for Amazon. The only app that you can pause your show and see which actors are on the screen.
Yeah. Like, that is so dope.
Why doesn't everything do that?
I totally forgot. Go ahead.
Hold up. Not even just that. It pauses it to it's descriptive to the scene.
Yes. I
paused The Boys earlier, and it said House of Pain, jump around. Like that was part of the. Remember that song played in this episode? Yeah, it like anybody who was in that particular scene, it had like the actor's name, and then it had the song. I was like, that's dope, dude. Yeah, they're killing it, man. They're killing it. Yeah, so Invincible, please come as soon as possible. Because we're all waiting for that right now. Like, let's fucking go.
I'm pretty sure they're doing it. Like they're recording now.
Yeah, because they renewed it for 2 seasons after the first one was that popular, which is like hell yeah. Like let's go.
I did see a picture. Yeah, dude from Walking Dead who plays Invincible does his voice. I seen him post a picture in like the recording studio talking about they were working on it. So it should be here soon, man. And
he's about to be in Nope. The new Jordan.
Oh yes, the new Jordan Peele movie. He is. Also, real quick, because I know we're running a little bit. It's getting close to 2 hours here. I did want to talk about if you're fans of Stranger Things like I am, and like Joey is, you watch right?
Oh hell yeah,
yeah. So they put out a teaser last night. I can't find a good copy of the teaser to show you guys. They did. If you could find it online, feel free to watch it. I don't want to get clapped on here for showing it on a live stream because Netflix didn't officially release it, but I thought it was incredible. And if you already weren't hyped for the last 2 episodes, because like there's only 2 episodes left. One of them's like 140, the other one's like 2.5 or something like that. So that's what we have coming on July 1st. It was great, and I did want to bring this up because if you watch Squid Game, did you watch Squid Game, Andrew?
Yep.
So this tweet came out from Netflix today, and I thought this is absolute genius here. So Netflix said, trust no one. Obviously, you know this cat from Squid Game, and this is number one.
That's funny.
And I was like,
funny.
That's pretty fire, dude. I thought they put that together pretty well.
I love it.
Yeah, and both of those, obviously, I don't know. Is Grace going to be on that show, Joey? She going to be?
I saw that tweet.
Yeah, Grace cosplay. She posted that she said she's joining one of.
Oh,
so she might be on that Squid Game contest or whatever.
Yeah, she's at a Netflix reality show, which it's like they just talked about that. So
yeah. So yeah, I had to retweet that shit because I thought that's good marketing for them, obviously. And
yeah,
I don't know if y'all. I know I told Joey before the dude who wrote Squid Game. He said it takes him like 6 months to write an episode. So I don't know. This is something I think they're doing this in the meantime to keep people like interested in Squid Game until that gets done.
Well, they didn't know it was going to blow up like it did either. Like
Stranger Things blew up.
Yeah,
Squid Game. Well, Squid Game is.
Go ahead. The Stranger Things, the was it Duffer Brothers? They had a lot of ideas, and Netflix is like, we're not giving you that big of a budget, so you have to. So they just focused on like the Demigorgon and like small bits of the Upside Down, and then after the first season was a success, they're like, okay, how much you need? Like, let's just go all in.
It's crazy. Like I'm watching the first season. I'm watching the first season with my mom right now.
Oh,
and because she's never seen it, and like you watch it and you're like, yeah, this does feel like a very early days of Netflix series. Like it's not big budget, it's not compared to now. It's like this is definitely like small budget, and I think we talked about it before, but the fact that like you look back at the first season, Winona Ryder was like the biggest name of that show. And she's
the first name that shows up when the credits.
And she still is, but it's like now everybody's like
everyone's a star that's on the show now. Like all of them. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's also one of the things I know I've said it plenty of times before, where it's like, like you guys gotta finish this because these kids are getting really old now. They're like,
which I like that they said the next season there's going to be a big gap in time
jump. Yes,
they're probably like, we can't keep saying these. Hey, you're a freaking freshman.
Lucas, the actor who plays Lucas, is like 25.
Yeah.
And Steve, I think he's almost 30.
Yeah,
like in real life. Yeah, so it's like, you gotta. So I'm relieved to hear that, just because obviously they announced season 4 was coming like while season 3 was still like new, and I was like, okay, and they said, there's gonna be another season 2, 5. I was like, what? These kids they're really old. Like, what are you guys gonna? Especially because now they have such a big budget that it takes a long time to film a season. One season with 7 episodes, that shit took like 2.5 years. I mean, obviously COVID had something to do with like the obviously it had to take some time breaks, but
I think I was listening to some podcast or something with is it Gatton Matarazzo? He plays Dustin. But he was like talking about it, and he was like, so pretty much we were like, I think he said 8 days into shooting, and then he was like, and then we got the call that we had to go home. And I'm like, oh my God. And then because you look at, I can't remember how, like, if he said what they did with that footage, because like, but if you look at it, you're like, okay, like months could look like years when you're dealing with like these kids and how they're growing up very fast. So it's like, did they just scrap that 8 days of footage, or did they use it? Because it's like, you might as well just start over at that point. But that was brutal to hear, because it's just like, you're just getting started, and then it's like, oh, this will be over in a couple weeks, and it's like, nah, it will not be.
And especially the extent of the episodes is, obviously we know that this past season was incredible as far as production value and all of that stuff goes. Netflix was like, take it all, just take it how much you need. And so we'll be waiting rather impatiently for July 1st to get here, so we can see how they're going to end this season and what we can look forward to as far as.
Well, that's season. The thing. I wasn't even going to watch the teaser that came out last night, because like you were telling us about it, and I was like, I'm just going to wait a couple weeks, and then it popped up on YouTube or whatever. Yeah, and I checked it out. I was like, yo,
Yeah, I was watching the game and I looked away for and I heard obviously the voices on the teaser, and I looked back up and I was like, "Holy shit!" And it, like I said, I messaged them, Andrew, and I told him, I said, "It looks like they spent $100 million on these last 2 episodes. It looked really, really good, man."
Yeah.
So if you get a chance to catch it, I don't know if you'll be able to find it. Maybe Netflix they eventually post it.
They probably will. They probably
yeah,
probably when they get closer to build that hype again.
Yeah,
but yeah, they don't have that much longer now till the episodes come out.
Like 2 weeks, man. It's like 2 weeks, pretty much 2 weeks.
Because what, July 1st?
Yep, July 1st. Yeah. So we'll be back in the Upside Down in a couple weeks.
Nice. So we're gonna get that, and we'll have the boys.
The final.
That's gonna be. That's what I'm saying. It's a good time to be a nerd.
Yeah.
Like
also, oh my God, his name just left. I was about to say. I tweeted about it earlier. He's in The Boys, and he's also in Stranger Things. He's just
Paul Reiser.
Paul Reiser is living a good life right now.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw him show up in this episode of The Boys, I was like, oh shit, he was just he's killing it right now. He's killing it. So he's probably just like, yo, give me the stacks. I can
give me the stacks.
Give me the stacks. I'll pretend to snort coke on any episode that you got.
right.
Yeah, that shit was funny when he did it. I was like, yo, what? But,
yeah, I love that. He's like, you want some? And he was like, no, I'm full of coke.
Yeah. And the guy's like,
okay. You really listen to Paul Reiser his whole entire conversation, he said some shit that I'm like, who he said who he said nailed him? He said
Marlon Brando.
Yeah, he said Marlon Brando. I was like, whoa, what kind of parties would you guys have back in the day? Which is wild. Yeah. What up, Drogo in the house? All right, man, we're getting close to 2 hours. I did want to mention really quick, and I'll ask you guys' thoughts. We don't have to get into too much detail unless you just want to. Obi-Wan, man, we got we're getting close to the end of it. This was the 5th episode too, right?
Yeah, the finale's next week.
Next week, okay. So Andrew, man, what'd you think about Obi-Wan so far in this episode?
Honestly, man? I guess I'm one of the odd people that loves the show. I've thought personally it's been like the best Disney Plus stuff they've done. Like I've been pleased with it. And what's funny is like everyone griping for all these weeks of like, oh, if Vader knew Anakin knew that he was Anakin, it would kill her. It would be over. She would die. And I was like, just wait for them to tell their story. Like, if the season ends and they haven't addressed something, then you can gripe. Yeah. And then they completely solved that in this episode. Yeah, he knew he was using her, and it was just a joke to him. And I think every episode's had something awesome, and they're building towards. Obviously, I don't read spoilers, but I imagine Qui-Gon Jinn will be Force Ghost next episode because they've heavily teased it. I think that I think the show's been great. Seeing Vader rip apart a ship effortlessly was
cool.
Funny, and then the whole fight where he's just like moving out of the way, like. I'm hyped for the finale, and I hear it's an hour and 30 minutes long. The finale.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too. I'm like, I hope so,
that's true.
Because I remember when Moon Knight, when that finale was like we were a week or two away, I saw some stuff like that too. They were like, it's like an hour and a half. I'm like, and then it came out and it just wasn't. It's fine. It's whatever. But yeah, I hope so too. I hope especially because credits are so long on these Disney Plus shows.
Long, dude. Yeah. The credits on Disney Plus shows are
that however people feel about the recent sequel trilogy, the scene where Vader catches the ship just before it leaves, it reminded me of was it The
Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, it was Rey and Kylo kind of fighting over the thing. I was like, dude, that's okay, that's cool. Like using like you don't see it too often in like whether it's the old movies or the new ones, you don't see it too like you see Yoda lift up the X-wing. But then when you see stuff like this, it's like that's cool. Like that,
you see like that's full Vader power.
Yeah. And like someone pointed out, like he's been Vader for 10 years, but it's like, dude, he's in his prime still. Don't don't even like that's why that's why it was such a boss move that he split her saber in two and then tossed it to her. He was
and then when she tries to do the spinning thing and he just with the force
and it slows down and stops. I was like
he's just toying with her the whole time.
And like people it took me a second too because like to your point, Andrew, the whole outcry before a series or a season is over.
Yeah.
When they killed the Inquisitor or the Grand Inquisitor in the first or second episode, I like in my mind I was like, I thought he was just dead, which I was fine. Like I was like, oh, that's a cool like kind of bait and switch of like now she's the pseudo villain of the show. Like there is Darth Vader, but like she's still like But then you see him and it's like, okay, what were people freaking out about? He's fine. He's still
wait
alive.
till it's over.
And like people were upset about like that she was stabbed and then she lives, and I'm like, yeah, but the Inquisitor was stabbed and he's alive.
He lived,
and Darth Maul was cut in half.
Qui-Gon's the only one who can't survive from being stabbed.
Well, but it's like but then you look at it and it's like, okay, but like I think it was the Emperor who was like, but the Sith, if you channel all that hate and anger and all whatever, right. It's like you can't survive.
I mean, look at Anakin.
So it's like it's like exactly. Yeah. So it's like if they, as long as their head's not cut off, like they're probably good to go for another couple decades or whatever.
And that was that was an interesting thing I saw was what you just said. Like I saw somebody posted online earlier. It's like like that's right. But Qui-Gon, a Jedi, at peace.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe not with what happened to him, but at the same time, like he probably doesn't have the afterlife type of thing to where you know what I'm saying. Like he's at peace with it. He knows he can come back.
I'm dead, and I can be a Force ghost and move. Yeah, and still train and teach and
and then it all circles back to Obi-Wan when he's fighting Vader. He says, "If you kill me now, I will become more powerful
than you can possibly imagine."
Ever imagine?
It's
such a like you think it's cool when like the Sith survive or whatever because it's like, oh, they got all that hate, and it's like, yeah, but these dudes are dying and they're still more powerful than you. They just don't don't realize it.
Which was absolutely fire when it kept going back to the training sequence between Obi-Wan and Anakin and on what's the planet? The city planet. Damn it!
It wasn't Jedi
Coruscant.
Yeah, Coruscant.
Yeah,
like that. That was fire because like a lesson was being taught by Obi-Wan, and it seemed to have gotten learned by Anakin at the end. But I guess we all can all know that, like as we've seen what's happened since then. But that was dope because he knocked Obi-Wan's lightsaber out his hand. He's like, now you have no weapon. Now what? And he's like, yo, he said, what did he say? You're wanting to be the best is blinding you.
Mm-hmm.
Your want to always win is blinding you from And that was such a fire scene, dude.
And in that same episode, Obi-Wan says to the other people when they're escaping, "There's more than one way to fight. You have to use a lightsaber." And I like that too because Obi-Wan's smart. He's not just
smart, and it's also like in my opinion, he's the best Jedi.
I love Obi-Wan.
Out of like what we've seen. But it because there's always that room for improvement because like you look at both him and Alec Guinness and it's like he's great, he's smarter than his opponent, whether it takes a second for it to sink in or not, but then like he's also open to again room for improvement because like at the end of Revenge of the Sith, Yoda's like, yeah, but there's another way. And like your old master found his way back. He's like, oh shit, I didn't even think that could happen. He's like, and now I can go, try and find
Qui-Gon?
Yeah. I love that.
It's always fun. Yeah. It's always funny the way he says that when he's like,
that's the Qui-Gon.
Yeah, he's like, oh shit. Of course we all know because we got to see, we had already seen the original trilogy and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, no, I think I think the only gripes I did have were it's pretty much cosmetic. It's just I thought damn it, I think it was the one where he fought Vader I think it was the second episode. I thought Vader should have mopped the floor with Obi-Wan.
Because Obi-Wan what it is honestly is like, in my opinion, the way I was interpreting it is that like, he's definitely powerful enough since Obi-Wan's been so out of touch with the Force. But at the same time, I think mentally he's still holding himself back. He's been planning and wanting to kill him for all these years, but then he's like, but that's
he gets to the point where he can't.
And he doesn't want to admit it. He doesn't want to admit that he's holding back. Like, and he wanted him to suffer too. I think is the other thing too. That's when he starts pulling him through the fire. That was nuts.
That's one of the best scenes.
That is a good point. He wants the best Obi-Wan because if he
Yeah.
if he kills a weak Obi-Wan,
Yep. Then that's in
what
the
have I
back of
been
his
working
mind.
towards?
That's
Yeah.
always going to be like, well, I didn't get him at his best. So
Yeah.
yeah. I was. That's that's pretty much it. Besides that, the series looks good. The VFX obviously they look really good to be a Disney Plus
TV
show
show.
because
Yeah.
this is when they started. You remember when once George Lucas sold it to Disney and they said they're going to start doing all these other things with Star Wars.
Mhm.
Once they started announcing series, obviously the Mandalorian and stuff like
Yeah.
that. When they announced this one, this was the one where you was like, if all of these others suck, this one can't.
Yeah.
Which
it
the
can.
other ones don't. You can say what you want about Book of Boba Fett. I think the Mandalorian is absolutely fire. But
Oh, yeah,
this
yeah.
one, I was like,
Mando's
yeah, when
sick.
it comes out, it's got it. And I think it's lived up to it. And I do enjoy Ewan McGregor's performance as Obi-Wan, no matter the age. Also,
So good.
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen, no de-aging. This dude does not age.
Mhm.
Yeah.
In that scene,
I've
with
heard some
Obi-Wan-
people griping about that. I'm like, oh my god, just get over yourself.
The only thing-
if you're griping about that, stop watching the show right now.
Yeah.
The only
Seriously.
thing I told I was talking with a friend about it like a week
Mhm.
ago. I was like, the only thing they need to fix a little bit, it's not, the end of the world, is his hairline. Just bring it down just a tad. Like and
Right.
you can do that with a wig. And
Yeah.
they did. And I'm like, there it is. Okay. This looks like it could just be between, episode 2 and 3. Like it looks like there's no difference.
Yeah. It's really well done. Yeah, it is. It is. Obviously, a little bit of the moves with the I'll tell you what, it was cool as shit to see. Obviously, it's not the fight between them at the end of Revenge of the Sith. That shit is the speed. Like when those two cats were still young, and
I think we're getting something like that. I think we're gonna get something like that.
Dude, I
Right.
fucking hope so.
I think so. It's the last episode,
Yeah.
They've given us so much otherwise.
If you've seen the behind the scenes stuff for that, when they were training to do that lightsaber battle at the end of Revenge,
Oh yeah.
that shit is so dope, man.
Mhm.
They hit each other in the fingers, and you hear it sound like bones breaking. It's like
even just for training, because I remember watching those videos too, and even just like during training,
and it's like
they were going so hard. I'm like, yo, okay, they're not even filming yet. Calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you're right, man. I hope that like it just ends and they're just like.
I hope the rumor's true though. With the hour and 33 minutes. Or
Oh
something,
yeah, dude, give me
we
all
need
of that. I would
great.
certainly be down for that. It's good to hear. Which I already knew. Joey was down with the show. It's good to hear you like it, man. And as we hit, we're over 2 hours right now. And I do. I did want to ask you. I saw this question on a podcast. I hadn't done one of these random questions in a minute. I do want to ask you guys real quick.
Okay.
Would you relive a week from your past? Let me give parameters. Okay, if just like a vacation you go on, but they're just like, yo, what you do, you go to sleep, you wake up whatever week in the past that you could in your life, and then you go to sleep at the end of that week and wake up. Now you still lose the week in real time. Would you do it?
And you can just relive it?
Just relive any week of your past. I mean, you'd lose a week of real time, like.
Can my campaign be over? But when I do this,
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, no, I think I would do it. Heck yeah, you could think of one of your best weeks that you've ever had and relive that memory. I think I'd do it for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I think that'd be a fire thing, just because
it's hard to ever recapture a full emotional memory you have of situations. So like to be able to relive it, that'd be like life-changing,
Yeah. And it doesn't, I mean, obviously, like I said, you lose the current week that you're in, but at the same time.
That's why I said when the campaign's over.
When the campaign, you wake up and you're at like 35, you're like, oh, no. Would you do it, Joe? You live a week?
Yeah, I think so. I'd kind of plot out like a week off, just to make sure I don't miss anything important.
Yeah, but just sleeping.
Yeah, just to, because like when, not to quote The Office, but like when you're in those moments, you don't know that you're in those moments. And
that's
the good times.
So like to go back and relive even just a week of that, like that could be cool. Yeah. And because I'm assuming like you're aware that like
once you wake up when you wake back up in your life, you're like, oh, that was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so no, I'd definitely do it. I'm not. I'd have to think on which week, but yeah.
Dude. I've had a lot of fun times, and I don't think I'd ever be like, yo, let me wake up 6 months into my second deployment. No,
all right.
for sure. Andrew, you probably
same thing. Don't make me relive some of those days. No,
for real. What up, Andre in the house? What's good, man? So yeah, man, that's the show. Andrew, I appreciate you coming through talking about Superman Solar, man.
Thanks for having me on.
Looking forward to it for real. And like I said, I'll bring this back up here. Wait a minute, let me refresh. Let me see if it's got some more
I don't know.
That $10 million.
What?
You never know with it. Yeah. Sometimes you're getting them, sometimes you're not. I've had some of the days where I got like 5 within 10 minutes, and then I've had days where it's like hours with nothing, and it's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Just keep pushing it and hoping for the best.
Yeah, so Indiegogo, like I said, I'll put the link down below and stuff. If you want to donate to this Superman fan film that Andrew's working on right now and putting together and trying to, like I said, let me scroll back down because the suit is just, here's some of the artwork and stuff for it. This is dope right here. Putting the suit together and shit.
Yeah.
That's a good pick right there. So yeah, if you want to donate, like I said, I'll put the link down below, and you can, man. And it's we're looking forward to, for sure, Superman Solar coming next year.
Yeah, shooting this year, but
shooting this year, this year. So Andre says he can't wait for Superman Solar. Hey, same thing, man. This is Drogo says it looks really cool, making fan films fun. What are you on one at the moment? Oh, nice.
He's making one, yeah.
Oh yeah, nice. Paradox said great stream. Hey, I appreciate it. Like always, Andrew, man, I appreciate you coming on, man. You want to tell everybody where they can find you?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube as A-List Productions, TikTok as A-List Productions, and then everything else as A-List LK. And yeah, have the link to the campaign in my bio, and donations start as low as $1, and you do not have to sign up if you want to contribute to the project, and every little bit helps, and it all helps us get closer to that goal. So thank you.
Nice. And Joey, where can they find you, man?
You can find me on Twitter at JoeBear94, Vero on Instagram at Joey Marino. I will be playing Young Penguin in the Batman 2, so get ready for that.
What?
Confirmed. You heard it here first.
Confirmed. That's an exclusive. That's an ACS universe.
Are you talking about on the series, the HBO Max series that they're?
Yeah. And in the Batman sequel. Yep, I'll be in there.
It's good to know, man. I've been looking forward to it. Make sure I get like set passes. I do want to see the behind the scenes shit. I do want to meet Robert Pattinson.
You didn't invite us to the Black Adam set.
What? I don't know anything about that. So
you're the main star, so
Jesus Christ. All right. Yeah. Like I said, appreciate you guys coming on, and all you guys out there watching, appreciate you guys spending some of your Friday evening with us. Like I said, it's Friday nights are Friday nights, man. A lot of people like to do a lot of stuff, and choosing to spend some time watching us, talk about some geek shit. And it's always a pleasure to have people in the chat, man, and we appreciate it a lot. And we'll see you guys next week. You got something, Andrew, you want to say before you leave?
No.
Oh, okay.
Grateful to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it again for coming on, man, and look forward to talk about a scene for our greatest scenes of all time. That's for sure. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Peace.